Hi, friends. Welcome into the firm of Harris and Meringue. Patrick Harris, yours truly with you. That's Danny Meringue to my left. Casey Smith back there doing the hard, heavy lifting on the ones and twos. Happy little Tuesday here. Happy little Tuesday.
Boy, do I love the camera right now.
Why is that? Oh, are you giant and I'm small again? Yeah. Let's get it. You know, the YouTubes, I think I get about 5 chins on the YouTube. Look, I'm a pudgy guy. I'm aware of this. Okay. My ass could get in a pool and a gym in a heartbeat, and it would not hurt me in any way, shape, or form. Might even add some years to my life.
Brother, I mean, who are you telling? I've lost 130 pounds.
I know.
Trust me, I know how different I look.
I could probably lose 130 pounds. No, I would be like Ariana Grande if I lost 130 pounds.
I'm efforting these last 15 pounds. But the problem is, I got swole life.
Swole life?
Yeah, I got to be in the gym. I just keep getting bigger.
See, that's where you lose me.
I love the gym, man. I love it.
I laughed with Dirt earlier today. I was like, is bench pressing 200 pounds a lot? Is bench pressing 500 pounds a lot? I don't know. I have no concept of weight.
So 225 is what they do at the combine, right? That's kind of like
the NFL combine?
Yeah.
Oh, then 225 sounds like a lot.
Yeah. 185, I believe, is the NBA combine.
Okay.
For reference, I did 195 for 2 yesterday.
Damn. 2 reps. You
reps.
got 2 of them.
Yeah.
I wonder what I could do.
I bet
you I could do $120.
I'm stuck at 225 for 8 right now because my shoulder just keeps acting up, and I don't want to go more than that, and it's driving me nuts. I think I've got what they call, shoulder impingement syndrome, and it's this little capsule right in the front. It's just the dumbest possible thing, but yeah, no, 225 is kind of like the benchmark for bench.
The bench?
Yeah. There used to be let me see if I can pull it up. How many people can bench 225?
Not me.
The world.
I cannot.
So less than 1% of the general population worldwide can bench 225. It's a feat achieved by roughly 1 in every 1,000 people.
I'm going to go down a limb and say Kevin Durant does not bench 185.
No, he failed to bench 185 at the NBA Combine.
I'm sure he did. I bet you he still can't do it.
I bet you he can do 185.
Like once?
Probably.
This skinny dude still.
I mean, when he came out, it was crazy.
Can you imagine if Kevin Durant one day goes the Charles Barkley route, Pedro Martinez route, and just gets fat?
I don't think he ever.
I don't think his body can.
I don't think guys like him and Chet can.
I think he has the greatest metabolism of all time.
No. And he's old legs.
Yeah.
Like, where's it going to go?
I mean, he's got a lot of arms, too.
Yeah.
But they're all so skinny.
But skinny as he is now, he's huge compared to when he came into the league.
Look at him in a Sonics jersey.
Bro, he's swimming in that thing.
Who would be the coolest skinny athlete to get fat?
Oh.
I never thought I'd see fat Pedro Martinez. And then I definitely saw fat Pedro Martinez.
Yeah, but he was never, skinny.
In Montreal, he was skinny.
I guess.
Wemby.
Yeah, I mean,
Wemby.
Yeah, Wemby, but he's just so big that it's kind of hard.
That's kind of with Durant, too. I think
Yeah.
Durant at 7 foot is going to be tough, too. 6'11", whatever he is.
You know, who's a tiny man? Like Mike Conley getting fat would be it's like Raymond Felton.
I was going to say Mike Conley turns into Raymond Felton.
Damn!
Yeah, but Raymond Felton, you could see that at North Carolina.
Yeah.
You could see that could be a big boy.
Well, I mean, it's like Antoine Walker.
Oh, yeah. He is big.
He's 450.
He is big now.
He's
but he was always kind of a thick, soft, pudgy kind of guy in basketball.
But I mean, he's big now. Who's a skinny guy? Who's a
Trae Young?
Yeah. I'm trying to think NFL skinny wider, like Julian Edelman.
I think for his size, despite not being tall,
he's jacked.
He's pretty jacked.
But that's what I mean. Like him getting fat would be kind of funny.
Justin Jefferson getting fat would be funny.
Oh, there you go,
he's
JJ, because he's tiny.
CeeDee Lamb is tiny.
Green.
Oh, there you go. Oh, yeah, no, CeeDee's a good one.
CeeDee's a skinnier guy.
Who's another skinny wide receiver? How many?
I got one for you. Bryce Young.
Oh, God.
If Bryce Young got fat, that'd be amazing. All 5'9" of him.
Yeah.
Mike Evans?
He's a big dude.
Yeah,
there's some giant shoulders on that guy.
You need a small frame.
That's what I mean. A Durant-type frame.
Yeah, I think CeeDee Lamb's a good one. But I don't think he's
texting in Devonta Smith.
Ooh,
that'd be a
he's
nice
like
one.
$170. Yeah,
that'd be a nice one.
Because even a guy like Tyreek Hill's small. I'm like, yeah, but Tyreek Hill's jacked.
Yeah, and guys like Herbert or Nix from the Oregon angle, those guys are big.
Yeah, especially Herbert. Herbert's huge. Who's there? Who's a skin like Lamar Jackson?
Oh, there you go.
Lamar Jackson.
I think I just
fat
thought
Lamar Jackson would be fun.
I think I might have the winner. Simply because of everything he's done throughout his career and the noise around it. Fat Tom Brady.
Oh yeah,
Fat Tom Brady would be
TB12.
wild. Would be wild if he just got fat.
But we did see a little bit of a.
Well, he was pudgy when he was
Tom
younger.
Brady.
Totally. But now he's like a vegan.
But
doesn't
TB12
drink.
going from TB12 to fourth meal
Yeah.
would be get a little Taco Bell endorsement.
That'd be. I think I'm here for it.
That'd be fun.
I think that would make the rest of us feel better because whether you like Tom or not, and Tom is a very polarizing character.
Oh, yeah.
Especially post NFL career. I think if Tom got fat, the rest of us would feel a lot better about ourselves.
It would also be
We'd
funny
realize we have a chance.
Because he'd have to have the cleft chin surgery again.
How many surgeries do you think that guy's
A
had?
lot.
Him or ScarJo? Who's had more surgeries but
him.
claims they have none?
I don't think she has, other than like a little.
She claims she hasn't, man. But if you look at her in Lost in Translation and you look at her at the Black Widow, dude, that ain't the same person.
I think her and Jennifer Aniston have gone to the same person.
Yeah.
As in, it's like it's not changing. It's just maintenance.
They didn't do what J-Law did, that's for sure.
Yeah, no.
Dude, I saw Madonna the other day.
That's a
Ooh.
piece of leather.
Well, now she looks better now.
Yeah.
But remember when she had the really botched surgery?
ugh.
She looks a lot better now.
No.
But she doesn't look like Madonna.
No, Tom Brady has had a ton of surgery.
Oh.
It's not just he lost weight and he really started. No, he had like he had a butt chin put in.
Also, his hair has to be fake.
100%.
Yeah.
That thing is. I mean, it's the only person I think who has that hair and has had that hair and has not touched that hair is Howie Long.
That's true.
That thing is immaculate.
It is.
It is a perfect military
Dude,
cut.
he
He has had the
He's
same
got a
haircut.
flat top in 2026.
He has had the same haircut for 40 years. And you know what? Still looks good.
I like this on the YouTube. Ichiro Suzuki.
Oh, Ichiro getting
A fat Ichiro. See, a fat Ichiro I could see happening.
Yeah.
Because he
likes to get down.
He lives a very lavish lifestyle that most people don't realize because he stays out of the limelight.
This is a guy who wears pimp coats.
On the reverse
He
side,
does. He wears fur coats at the club.
a skinny Prince Fielder.
Ooh.
Well,
Go
if you
the
want to
other
go,
way.
if you want to go that route, go check my man Carson Charles Sabathia.
Yeah.
That guy has lost like 150,
Yeah.
200 pounds. He looks nothing like he did when he was winning Cy Youngs.
Well, that was the drinking.
Not just that, it was
This is a drinking, and he needed the
you need-
muscle.
You need the
he needed
mass.
the weight.
Like there's been like studies done on this for pitchers. Like skinny pitchers, their bodies blow up.
The best, maybe better than CC Sabathia of being fat and then skinny, is probably Joe Thomas.
It's Joe Thomas.
It's probably Joe Thomas because
It's any offensive lineman, particularly a monster left tackle,
he went from large because he had to be to like shredded. Like, dude, shout out Jason Sukanik.
Yep.
That guy is shredded right now. Like, he's got giant shoulders. That's just naturally how he's built. That guy is in great shape for being an ex-offensive lineman.
Well, that's what they all are. Like those guys pack on like 85 to 100 pounds of extra mass because that's what you need.
And I'm sure Joe Thomas does something similar. I don't know exactly what Suk does. Like, Suk does jiu-jitsu. Like, that's a big part of his
swimming.
workout. Oh, Joe's swimming.
He was a swimmer. Yeah, he swam like a maniac. Like Men's Fitness and all they all did a bunch of workups on him when he lost all that weight. But, like, it's also like terrifying to think about. That's what was underneath all that mass. Like, this wasn't just a fat dude. Like, the Trent Williams, the Jonathan Ogdens.
Oh, yeah, he just lost the power behind him. That body was probably always there.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I mean. Like, those guys were always jacked underneath that.
They just needed to eat the McDonald's to get the weight on them to push people
Yeah,
around.
you have to have the mass and leverage. And the crazy thing is, it protects you. Like, coming back to the pitchers, all those pitchers, whether it's CC, David Wells, Bartolo, like
the human drumstick.
like all of those guys. Like, look at them. Like Paul Skeens. Skeens is a big old boy.
Yeah, I mean, he's not fat, but he's a big
But
dude.
I mean, he's he ain't skinny. Look at Felix.
Felix was a big guy.
Like, none of the best pitchers in baseball. Shohei's not skinny. He's huge.
Shohei is big. Shohei has that secret kind of big, like a Luka does, kind of. Like, Shohei, you look at him and you're like, good shape.
Then
He's
you
kind of
see
skinny.
him next to somebody else.
Yeah,
It's like
Judgy's that way too.
Like Eric Gagne.
Yeah.
He just doesn't look big,
but front
he's
to back,
just
he's a barrel.
thick.
Yeah. I mean, think about the best pitchers in baseball history.
A thick six.
Almost all of them are big. Almost all of them.
Yeah, the Tommy Glavins don't exist as much. I mean, Pedro was skinny, but he had to bulk up. When he got to Boston, he bulked up and became the Pedro that we know.
Look at pitchers when they're at their best. Almost all, like the exceptions
We talked
are like
about this. Maddox always had a little bit of belly.
Randy Johnson is like the only one. It's because he's 7 foot tall.
Yeah.
And then Tim
super
Lincecum's
skinny.
arm blew up.
Yeah, Logan Gilbert's got a little bit of that Randy Johnson. I mean, he's not as tall, but he's got a little bit of that big sweeping arm.
But now I want to see like big guys get skinny post career. Like the offensive lineman's probably the best one.
Oh, the
Kelsey.
Jason Kelsey looks great.
Kelsey lost a ton of weight.
The text line telling me Barkley on Ozempic. Barkley's skinny is weird. It's kind of like Kathy Bates skinny. Like you guys were always just kind of big, and when you get really skinny, I'm like, whoa, it's a little weird.
You got to remember, like Case, you never saw Barkley play. Barkley in his prime was
the round mound of rebound,
but he would there was a time when he wasn't fat. He was shredded,
and that ass didn't quit.
No,
and that was his thing. Like he would just post you up. He'd shove that fat ass in your belly and shove you around.
No human being has ever had more abs and more ass as a man than Charles Barkley.
Is this Phoenix Charles Barkley?
Yes,
and Philly Charles.
Charles Barkley is
Phoenix,
maybe 6'5", maybe 6'5",
but he played like 6'8".
No, 6'10".
Yeah.
He led the league in rebounding at 6'5". In an era that had absolute monsters.
He was pretty small in Philly, for small by his standards, quote unquote. When he got to Phoenix, he was like peak, but then started to deteriorate as well.
Yeah, see, 86, 87, 23-year-old Charles Barkley averaged 14.6 rebounds per game.
Charles was good. The round mound of rebound. Where did Charles land on the top 75 list? Did he make top 20?
I think so. Let me scroll down. It should be in here. Come on, awards. Come on, it's not in here.
I do like Charles.
Oh, I mean, you want to talk about the most underrated players of all time. Him and Clyde Drexler are both going to pop up at the top.
Back on this Clyde thing again.
He just keeps popping up.
It does.
It is what it is. But yeah, no. You
Too bad Clyde doesn't love this city. We should get Clyde on this show, and we'll teach him to love this city again.
Barkley led the NBA in offensive rebounds 3 separate years.
It's pretty good, man.
5.7, 5.1, and 4 points.
He also played,
almost averaged 6 offensive rebounds a game.
Here's another thing to put in context, too, for you, Casey, in the younger generation. Charles Barkley was that good at rebounding, and also played at the same time as Dennis Rodman, who might be the greatest rebounder of all time.
Also played alongside Hakeem Olajuwon and David Robinson.
Yep. And also Shaq came around, and like big dudes that are just
in an era of
that
centers.
lived in the paint. Like, Hakeem is a great call. Shaq is a great call. Dudes that just lived in the paint. Charles was good. Charles was very Draymond-y, not as good defensively and a better shooter. But you know how Draymond plays bigger than he does?
Yeah.
And is kind of that 4 that solidifies your team? Chuck was that on steroids.
Every time I think of
Less
Charles
defense,
Barkley, I always just think of the song that played in Space Jam as he's losing to a bunch of people in the street. The Basketball Jones.
Yeah.
I just have that in my head right now.
Barkley averaged 28, 12, and 5.
He was a good player, man. Good player's an understatement.
Okay.
Have you ever been to a volcano?
Like, that's more than Wemby is putting up right now.
Mm-hmm.
Just like to put that in perspective.
But as we talked about this with Clyde, that's the craziness of Michael Jordan, my friend, to wrap this whole thing up, is Michael Jordan was as great as he was in a time period with Charles Barkley, Clyde Drexler,
Magic Johnson,
Reggie Miller,
Larry
Bird, like all these dudes
Hakeem Olajuwon,
that
David
are
Robinson.
that are all in the top,
Karl
Malone.
all the top 20 players of all time. Michael played with all of them.
Yeah.
And was better
and sunned them
and prevented all of them from winning titles. Yeah. And then Kobe and Shaq came around and Tim Duncan.
Yeah, it's bonkers.
It's bonkers.
Indy Wade.
I love having segments where we just say names. It's fun.
Loud noises.
That's just fellas talking ball right
That's
there.
Yeah,
I mean, we already.
I need a beer.
We blew through it already.
Blew through what?
No time.
Oh, yeah, whatever. Oakley Dokley, let's get back on track here, all right? It's a free consultation Tuesday, so get those in. We'll do that at 12:15. Anything you need in your life, your work life, your sports life, your love life. Shout out to my wife. It's our 7-year anniversary today. Any free consultation, we'll do that at 12:15. We're kind of all over the place. We'll have some college basketball today, some NFL, some college football, all kinds of plays. But let's make the case. One guy believes he should be the MVP. Winning the MVP is one thing. Can you be the face of the league? We'll go there next. 105.1 The Fan.
The new home
10:20 here, Portland Sports Leader. Don't you forget it. We are alive from the shadows of the historic Fremont Bridge. 503-864-6326. That's the fan text line. She'll let you interact with us throughout the entire day. Jump in on the YouTubes. 105.1 The Fan is the channel. Hang out with us. We are stoked to be a part of your day. Thanks for being a part of ours. Hey, guys, baseball is back. Opening night is live on Netflix tomorrow, March 25th. Aaron Judge and the New York Yankees clash with Rafi Devers and the San Francisco Giants. MLB opening night, Yankees, Giants, live on Netflix tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. My fat ass will be on the couch watching that game. Faux shizzle. My nizzle. What do we got coming up this hour? Let's get into Blazers played a basketball game last night. And Danny, I don't know if you've ever been more correct than you were about how that game was going to go last night. We'll take a peek at them going forward. Also, something we had left over from yesterday, kind of scheduling mid-majors in college basketball, was a kind of a large topic of conversation in press conferences with coaches. So we'll get to that this hour too. But last night we had a player on the microphone make their case for why they deserve to win the MVP. And before I play that audio, Danny, look, I know you are obsessed, borderline crazed, in love with Victor Wembanyama, and rightfully so. A fascinating storyline for me around Wemby. He's pretty cocky.
Yes.
And I think
he's a killer.
When he first came in the league, you thought that he was like this quiet, giant Frenchman who was going to have a weird time adjusting to the league. He got real spicy real quick, and I mean it in a good way.
It's not cocky.
It's confidence.
It's confidence, and that's the thing is, I think he went around and was like, "How good am I?" Mm-hmm. Because remember, he was a kid,
and kind of quiet,
and now he knows I'm him. And this is a dude. This is what
a year and a half.
This is what the league was missing. Because, Ant Edwards is like, it's my league, and John Morant, it's my league, and Zion, it's my league, it's my time, and they all kind of face planted. Now Ant's not face planted.
Ant's talent has kept him alive, but Ant's off the court stuff is like, weird. Yeah, some of it I'm okay with, and some of it I'm like, bro.
And whether it's Tatum,
zip up your pants.
whether it's Brown, Cade is Cade's right there, but Cade's going to be the second fiddle to this. Mm-hmm. Wemby has the chance to do something that nobody's ever done in this league, which is be the face of the NBA and not be an American-born star.
Let's listen to Victor Wembanyama last night on the microphone asking about his qualifications to be MVP.
Do you want to repeat the argument that we just had about why you feel like you should be? Do you want to repeat the argument that we just had about why you feel like you should be MVP?
I mean, there's many reasons, but as I said, I think right now it is still reasonable that there is a debate. But as I said, I want to make sure, my goal is to make sure that there's no debate anymore at the end of the season. But so what
are your merits? What would you say are what are your three campaign speech items?
Three arguments?
Yeah.
My first one would be that defense is 50% of the game, and that it is undervalued so far in the MVP race, because I believe I'm the most impactful player defensively in the league. Second argument would be that we almost swept OKC in the season, and we dominated them 3 times with their real team and 4 times with more rotation players. And my third argument would be that offense impact is not just points.
There are multiple things that he said there that I am obsessed with. Mm-hmm. First of all, shout out defense. Mm-hmm. I'm a giant shout out defense guy. I think the easy, I don't necessarily want to say lazy argument because I think there's a lot of merit to it, but some of the safest argument to be negative towards the NBA is defense. So I do love that Wemby acknowledging that, and he's absolutely correct. Offense is more than just points.
Yes.
And I don't know if Wemby is my guy this year for MVP, but you are right, Danny, that he is setting himself up to win many, many MVPs. But that is the question. Can Victor Wembanyama be the face of the NBA?
It's not Jokic. It's not Luka.
It's not
Giannis,
SGA.
It's not SGA. Wemby has – look, I am not a Kobe acolyte, Never will be. I appreciate what he did for the game.
And I am a Kobe acolyte. Well, closer to one than not being one for sure.
But the thing that I always appreciated about Kobe was that man did not give a bleep. One of the coolest, most underrated things that I've ever seen in basketball is USA Spain. And in the very first play, Kobe runs through Pau Gasol's chest, trucks him. Because his teammates were wondering, how, like, Pau wasn't just like his teammate. Pau was one of his best friends. And they're wondering, how is Kobe going to take this? How is he going to play around this? Like, that's it. Like, remember, Spain was in the golden era. That was a threat to the U.S.
Rudy Fernandez, Pau Gasol, Marc Gasol, etc.
Ricky Rubio.
Yeah,
Like,
Rubio.
that team's loaded. And Kobe not kind of hits him. He splits him down the middle like he's going into the end zone. Kobe was nasty. Wemby is nasty. He guess what he pulled out there? He pulled out the OKC.
He did.
He looked right at SGA. He looked right at Chet. Looked right at J-Dub and said, I'm coming for your neck. I'm not hiding it. We whooped your ass.
And he was really honest. He said, we beat you full team 3 times and 4 times without your full team.
Yeah.
So he acknowledged that, one of those times you weren't fully there.
But the other times, guess what? We gave you that work.
And
he humbly was saying, I'm the most impactful player in the NBA.
And he's
I'm
not
the most impactful
wrong.
on defense. I'm the most impactful on offense because offense isn't just about points.
impact is different than best, too. Like, those are 2 separate things. They can be mutually exclusive, but they are separate things. Being a
But
disruptor,
he is the best defensive player on the planet.
that is true. That is true.
He's not the best offensive player, but he's not even the most impactful. Jokic is the most impactful offensive player on the planet.
Well, I think some things that really help, and back to the Kobe situation, is Kobe learned a lot of that from Michael and how he talked, and it became intoxicating. That's why you have your acolyte, as you call them, because Kobe was very intoxicating. That's why I loved Kobe. Kobe was Mike on steroids. Mike changed the way people play the game, so that's why I always leave it to Mike. But people fell in love with Kobe because he didn't care, and he called you out. He got in a fight with Shaq and won. Like, that doesn't happen. And by won, I mean the Lakers chose Kobe. And they both went off in their own directions and still had success, but he went toe-to-toe with Shaq and won. And Wemby is starting to set that up now. If there is that fine line of being a villain, and what do I always say about being a villain? You have to be likable. Otherwise, you're just a jerk.
Wemby's likable.
Otherwise, you're just Dylan Brooks.
Yep.
And
You also
nobody.
have to be good enough.
And yes, you also have to be good enough, but nobody likes Dylan Brooks.
No.
Dude, there's a lot of Draymond that I kind of like.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of Draymond that I like.
I'll stand on this for my entire life. Peak Draymond in Portland, I would have killed to have.
Absolutely.
Killed to have him. I would have put up with him kicking dudes in the nuts and tripping guys and playing dirty because he's nasty.
I don't know if he made the top 75 list of all time, but if you redid it now, it'd be tough for me to keep him out.
He'd be on that list.
Yeah.
Here's the other thing as far as Wemby is concerned. Talking to guys probably halfway through Wemby's rookie year, both Blazers players and visiting teams that came through, because you're like, this dude's a freak. Like, this guy's different. Talking to all-stars, the thing that came up over and over again was the same line. Guys are going to try to get to play with him. Guys are going to try to get, like, they are going to try to get to, and play with him. And De'Aaron Fox was the first one to do it. That's why guys were
the sacrificial lamb.
No, he was like,
oh, I guess the first one up. Yeah,
he was like, no,
first
like,
in line.
It was like, I can get there.
I want to ride this ride.
Yes, I can hitch my wagon to That's when you know a dude is a dude.
Especially
when
a point guard.
When other dudes are going, I'm going to put my ego aside. I know he's him.
A Calipari, Kentucky point guard.
These guys knew from. Don't listen to what, like, the Thunder are like, well, don't listen to any of these guys. Don't listen to any of these guys. Watch their actions. They're all looking at him. All those guys are looking at him.
Let's put a quick pin in this. We'll take a break and come right back because you mentioned the Jokic, SGA, Luka, Giannis situation. Is Wemby really in a place where it matters that he's European or not? Let's keep this conversation going. Send your thoughts in 503-864-6326, but we'll toss it to Casey with sports.
Now, from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
This SportsCenter update is brought to you by A&E Plumbing, Heating, and Air, serving Portland, Southwest Washington, and the Gorge. Online at aneheatingandcooling.com. It's hard to stop a train. First on the Fan, your Portland Trailblazers put the hammer down on the Nets, taking down Brooklyn 134-99. Toumani Camara posted his career high as he led the Blazers with 35 points on 9 of 11 shooting from beyond the arc. Blazers host Milwaukee tomorrow at 7 p.m. inside the Moda Center. Some more NBA news for you as Golden State Warriors wing Moses Moody suffered a non-contact left knee injury in Golden State's Monday night 137-131 overtime victory in Dallas. Moody had to be stretchered off the floor and is set to get an MRI today as the Warriors travel back from their game on the road. The Milwaukee Bucks have waived guard Cam Thomas less than 2 months after signing him in order to convert the two-way contract of forward Pete Nance. Thomas's role has lessened in recent weeks as he averaged 9.6 points on 41% shooting and 16 minutes in the 16 games he's played since February 11th. Some college basketball news for you as Arkansas's Darius Acuff Jr. has become the first NCAA men's athlete to receive a signature shoe deal while still in college as the freshman star has landed a deal with Reebok. Finally, some MLB news for you as center fielder Preet Crow Armstrong and the Chicago Cubs are finalizing a deal on a long-term contract extension. The 24-year-old cemented himself as one of the best defensive center fielders in baseball and was included in this year's United States World Baseball Classic roster. For more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Casey Smith from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work? Insurance companies acting like jerks? Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at WarrenAllen.com.
The home of prime time with Isaac and
You know, Bobby Caldwell makes me think a little bit about Wemby. Just like getting higgy with it.
You let it play a little bit.
That's a banger. That is such a banger. Shout out my boy Cashless Clay. I got a buddy I used to play in a band with. He loves this song. He's a jazz guitar player, jazz bassist. His name's Clay. And we used to come up with nicknames for everybody. And he was always broke, so we called him Cashless Clay.
Love it.
That's a good MC name.
That's a good one.
That's a good rapper name, is it not? We're continuing this conversation. Victor Wembanyama believes he should be the MVP, and I know for Danny's money, he's the MVP in your book.
I mean, that's what I took to start the season.
And it's not that I'm anti. I think I'm just still in the SGA world right now, and I could even make an argument for Jokic as well. Wemby is such an impactful, and you brought up something interesting, Danny, in talking about the big European stars and how they are definitely stars. They definitely shine brighter than a lot of players, and the league has never been in a better place than it is right now when it comes to international influence. You mentioned Luka Doncic, Nikola Jokic, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and now we have Victor Wembanyama. I don't think I'm missing any true star, right, off that list?
No.
Danny.
Denny Avdia, lower end of that. But what's interesting is when you look at guys, and this is why I don't know where you're going to go with this, but this is why I never really loved the narrative of a European player can't be the face. Nikola Jokic has very much a reputation of being very good at basketball, but it not being his priority. Mm-hmm. Now, he treats it like a job, which I think is a little refreshing from an athlete standpoint. He works really hard at his job.
It's Scotty Scheffler.
Yes.
Scotty was flat out said, the most important things to him are his faith, his family, then golf.
Yep. And Jokic runs that, and he busts his ass at his job every day.
He's never lazy.
Okay? SGA's got a lot of God-given talent to him, but he's quiet. Kind of weird, kind of, hold up. Let's see, Luka Doncic, kind of the same. That's why I think he was really scared to go to LA. He's like, whoa, I don't want the bright lights.
Guy plays video games, smokes hookah, and drinks beer.
Exactly.
Like that's what he does.
Now, Giannis, on the other hand, I always find Giannis extremely likable.
Oh, he is.
I find him funny. He's good looking. I was surprised that Giannis didn't have more of that grab the torch and be a face.
I can tell you why, and it's some people are going to push back against this, but it's just the reality. It's xenophobia. It's his last name is Antetokounmpo.
Oh, because you can't say it.
And how he talks.
Yeah, because even his first name looks like Giannis.
Yeah.
Even though it's Giannis, to where Wemby, you can say Wemby easier.
And yes, you can hear a little inflection in Wemby's speaking voice, but he's very clearly focused on how he talks.
Dare I say the French accent is a little softer,
but even
on the American ear?
Even his, though. Like, you can go, like, whether it's Nick Batum or Tony Parker, like, just go down the list of French players. Like, those guys, even when they talk, they're still more reserved, more quiet. And, like, Tony wasn't the guy with the microphone in his face.
No.
It was Manu.
Yeah.
And
Ginobili ran that thing.
And Manu.
And Pop.
Yeah, but that's the thing is, like, Timmy talked rarely. He was not a soundbite guy.
Wasn't much to say either.
But, like, the international guys, for the most part, they don't usually get in front of microphones unless they... Now, Giannis has to an extent, but he also has the accent. He has the inflection, and that just doesn't play.
I also think part of it just has kind of nothing to do with where Wemby's from and more of just how he's built. I'm ready to go at you. I'm confident that it doesn't really matter where he's from. He's just kind of built as an outgoing guy. Like whether I'm from the Pacific Northwest or I'm from the Deep South, I may have a different accent, but I'm probably always going to be the guy that I am right now. Not afraid to say something, not afraid to be a leader, not afraid to step up kind of thing. And I think Wemby just has that built in regardless of where he's from.
See, I don't know if
the other guys, maybe. The other guys, I buy that. I don't know if I buy that with Wemby. I think he's just made that way.
I don't think so because he came through when he was younger and he wasn't this. I think he's growing into it. I think he, over the last 18 months, he's had a realization of where he is in the pecking order.
This here puts an interesting take on it on the YouTube chat. Had Giannis blown up in New York or LA, it would have been easier for NBA to hitch their wagon to him. I agree with that. Is San Antonio the right market? Because San Antonio is a better market than Milwaukee, for sure.
But
does San Antonio work because of the previous big man success there? With David Robinson and Tim Duncan? That they're kind of used to having a big dude like that?
I don't think so, because neither Robinson nor Duncan... I mean, Duncan is, for my money, one of the 5 best players to ever play the game.
Sure, but David Robinson had a nice personality, smiled a lot, nice guy, the Admiral.
Tim Duncan was, again, one of the 5 best players to ever play the game, never the face of the league.
No.
I don't...
A lot of those other guys in that top 5, you can argue, are the face of the league.
We are
Magic,
past,
Michael.
Yeah, we are past the point of like where
Kobe.
You play mattering as far as the grand scheme. Like
that's what I'm trying to say too.
Think about it just across any sport. Like Shohei Ohtani was that guy for the Angels.
Still LA though.
But
yes, not the highlight team.
So secondary.
Eli Manning had it better off being a Giant than a Jet.
Sure, but you can still go. Peyton Manning was the dude in Indianapolis.
Yeah.
Drew Brees was the dude
in New Orleans.
Aaron Rodgers and Brett Favre were dudes in a city of 100,000 people.
Yeah.
And you could say, well, NFL is king, all those things. But to my point.
Look at Mahomes in Kansas.
Yeah, like these are not places that, like, in the NBA, like it does. Denver is not a hub, and yet Jokic has multiple MVPs.
Yeah, I think some of that also helps that we live in a 24/7 social media world. Everything's on camera.
You don't need to be LA, New York anymore.
You don't. You
LA,
really
New
don't.
York, Chicago. Like, does it help you? Certainly.
Of course.
But does being somewhere else like really hinder you if you are him? No.
I think it only helps you in your marketing purse.
Yes.
Like Luka's going to make more money for Luka in LA than he is Dallas, but he's, for my money, I'm not watching him more or less because he's in LA.
I mean,
and
Dallas is not exactly a small market. I think Dallas is like the 6th biggest market in the country.
for sure. But I am not watching Giannis because he plays in Milwaukee.
Yeah.
You know, I don't care. The game's on TV if I want to watch it. Bobby Witt Jr., we were talking about Bobby Witt Jr. Before we came on the air. He can play in Kansas City. He can play for the Yankees. I'm watching Bobby Witt because I can watch any game wherever I am. Now, you go back in the day when not everything is televised, then yeah, if you play for the Knicks or if you're Magic for the Lakers, Bird for the Celtics, you're going to get more playing time on TV. But right now, if I want to watch the Atlanta Hawks, which I'm sorry, if you do want to watch the Atlanta Hawks, I can watch every single one of their games for like $150.
Very easily.
Yep.
Very easily. And the thing about...
so I'm with you on the market not really mattering a whole much these days.
So when you talk about Wemby and where he is, okay, this is a statistical profile of like how good he is already. His block percentage, he has led the league all 3 years. He's been the 100th percentile. He's also been the 75th percentile higher in steals. He's been one of the best rebounders in the entire league. His measurable impact on defense is unlike anything we've ever seen, and he is 21 years old. He's 4 or 5 years away from his peak. 4 or 5 years from his peak.
And I think really the only knock you can have on Wemby is just concerned about the body. That's it.
And
how does it age?
Here's the insane thing. I've said this on the postgame show a bunch of times, and I think I might have said it here last year. If you get a chance to go see Victor Wembanyama play, it doesn't matter where, whether it's here or on the road somewhere else, go and get there early and watch this 7'5" absolute freak go through his pregame routine.
Damn cool.
You will watch him stretch for 45 minutes, and you will see a guy who folds himself into pretzels.
Crazy.
The amount of mobility and flexibility and the way he treats his body. This is a guy who's in bed by 10 o'clock. He reads every single night. He's not out in the club. Like, if you were the NBA, you could not ask for somebody better to be the face of your league. If you're talking about growing the league, being a global brand, doing all of the things...
That's why I don't think it matters as much about being European. Yes, globally, but I think he is just how he plays, how he talks, how his brain works.
But we've had
built
this.
To be that guy.
We've had this. That's the thing is he's taking it to another level. That's what's separating this.
Kobe was a smart guy.
And look, I hate,
multilingual, etc.
I hate saying this, but like the fact that he's a light-skinned black guy also kind of plays into it. This is more like ubiquitous, like appeal to him. Like he's not. The white guy in the gym, but he's also not thugged out. You know what I mean? Like the socioeconomic stuff, I understand. Like people get uncomfortable with that.
You're talking about relatability.
Yes, he is. Despite him being the most freakish human on the planet, he's a likable dude who crosses. It's a very Michael Jordan-esque Republicans buy sneakers too. Do you know what I mean? Like he's not ruffling feathers. Now he's poking at other players and other teams and letting everybody know where they sit in the pecking order.
But he's getting chips. And so as the public just is like, and he's in Hanes commercials and Wheaties commercials and movies called Space Jam, etc.
And what is he doing? He's going on the basketball court and backing it up night in, night out. Did you see what he did last night?
Yeah.
What he did in that Miami game, if anybody did not see it, pull it up on social media. The guy, Norman Powell drives baseline and goes to put up a reverse.
Former Blazer legend Norman Powell.
Goes to put up a reverse on the far high side of the glass. A shot that in the NBA, I don't think I've ever seen blocked.
Basically trying to get away from Wemby.
And Norm thinks he's got it. And I mean, Wemby covers so much ground and manages to get under the net to the other side of the backboard. His head is on one side of the rim, his hand is on the other, and he blocks it almost at the top of the square on the other side. And you're just sitting there. I saw it happen. I went, there's no way that has ever happened before. No NBA player has ever had that happen to them before. Then he has another sequence, I want to say about 5 minutes later, where he blocks a shot at the rim, standing under the rim, runs out in front of the break, long lead pass, 70 feet out. I don't know how, but the pass is over his head. He grabs it, falling out of bounds, one-handed, turns midair, fires it back to De'Aaron Fox, gets his feet back underneath him, flips around, Fox drives baseline, throws a lob to Wemby and he throws it down. And you're just like, I couldn't do that in a video game. What is that? And again, 22. Remember, SGA just won this MVP, right? SGA was 26.
I think Michael's the same path.
You don't get MVPs at this age.
You don't.
This is unheard of. And that is why he might actually be the face of the league. Because he's going to do it ahead of schedule.
Yeah, you see it sometimes in other sports, but a lot of them fade away. Some of them stick around. Mahomes sticks around.
Sure.
But you know, a player in baseball that I thought was going to be a monster future Hall of Famer was a Rookie of the Year, and the next season he won the MVP and the World Series, and that's Chris Bryant. And Chris Bryant had a cup of coffee in San Francisco when he traded, signed for buku dollars in Colorado, gone. Body failed.
You're sticking baseball. Mike Trout.
I think Trout's a little different.
But I mean, like, as great as he is.
But he came on and was like, whoa, who's this guy?
It's Griffey-esque.
Yeah,
it's
very much so.
He's great. First ballot Hall of Famer.
Harper's the same way.
What could have been?
Right.
Wemby right now is already ahead of schedule.
And they could win a title, too.
Like, we talked about this at the beginning of the season. Like, can San Antonio win a title? I was like, probably not, but this guy's so different that they could. You could have a guy who's 22 years old with a team that's not fully formed. That's how good he is. And when you're that good, and you have the mentality, and you have the Q rating, the things, the soft skills that come along with it, and then you sprinkle in the absolute killer and the wanting of the smoke. That's the thing. To be the face of the league, you have to want the smoke.
You have to want the smoke, and you have to give smoke.
Yep. You can't just sit there. You look.
Kobe, Michael,
Braun,
Bird.
Like people.
I mean, Larry talked a lot of trash, too.
Larry Bird might be the biggest trash talker in the history of the league.
Him and KG.
Like, those guys just ruthless. But you have, like, in order to be that's why Bird and Magic was the thing.
Yeah.
Because Bird just sat there and told everybody what was going to happen.
And Magic was the nice guy that everybody loved.
Which is so funny when you see it.
So funny.
But that's the thing is that besides Wemby, who's going to be that guy? And I honestly, it sucks being up here and away from it. His rival might be the next city over.
Yeah.
You might be looking at a Wemby Flag kind of dynamic going on. How great would that be?
Wemby Flag SGA, just that little bubble right there.
Those three teams.
Yeah.
But like, just look at those two, though. Because what would help fuel this more, and this is, again, the socio part of it.
I know where you're going with this.
Than the white dude from Maine.
Versus the black guy from France.
I'm being dead serious. That's Bird Magic 2.0.
Kind of is, yeah. You're not wrong.
So I for the league, that's what I want to see. And God, it would be great to have one of those guys here.
Maybe we get Cam Boozer. Who knows?
I mean, look, I'll take Charles Barkley in that. You know?
Yeah, why not? When we come back, I want to bring up a little weird story in college football, kind of moving some stuff around. And then in the hour number deuce, we'll stick with some NFL situations and get back into some college basketball. A lot more to come here. When the breakup is not what it seems, and maybe you got hosed. We'll go there next. 105.1 The Fan. Coming up in the in hour number deuce here, we got a scandal in the NFLPA. And then we'll get into some more college basketball as we're still living the high life in college basketball. Danny, do I need to hit the thing?
It's not breaking news, but the NBA Players Association just went right at the Bucks and all owners' necks.
For?
Giannis.
In what sense? I need more context.
This is a perfect place to put this. Let's
No,
get it back on the clock.
We'll pivot.
This is just from Shams Charania. This is from the NBA Players Association. The player participation policy was designed by the league to hold teams accountable and ensure that when an all-star like Giannis Antetokounmpo is healthy and ready to play, he is on the court. Unfortunately, anti-tanking policies are only as effective as their enforcement. Fans, broadcast partners, and the integrity of the game itself will continue to suffer as long as ownership goes unchecked. We look forward to collaborating with the NBA on meaningful new proposals that will directly address and discourage tanking.
This is the situation of Giannis wants to play and they're shutting him down. I mean, this happened to Dame a few years ago too. Different situations.
It's not.
But that's when a player says, I mean, Max Crosby ran into that too at the end of the Raiders season.
Yep.
Like, I'm good to go. And they're like, no, you ain't. And it's like, well, is the doctor not cleared me? Is the doctor saying I can't play? Is the doctor saying that Giannis can't shoot hoops?
And what the Bucks are saying,
I'm asking that question.
No.
Is there a doctor saying Giannis can't shoot hoops?
No, and what the Bucks are saying is that we need to protect our asset because they have to make a decision whether to trade him or he's going to sign the extension.
Understood that. From a league standpoint, you protecting your asset is hurting your asset because your asset is butts in the seats, is literally your assets in the seats to spend that money, buy the league pass,
This has been
buy your popcorn and your hot dogs and your soda. And get people in the building. Because let me tell you what, Blazers are going to play the Bucks here in a couple days.
Yeah, tomorrow.
Hard pass.
Yeah.
Hard pass on watching that game without Giannis. Milwaukee's already been a struggle this year. They've been a struggle post-title with Giannis since due to a myriad of things. Obviously, they couldn't figure out the Dame-Giannis thing together, mostly health-related. And since Dame's been gone, dude, that team is terrible, which is why they're so concerned about those picks. Protecting your asset also means protecting the league. And sitting guys like Giannis, look, dude, I do not want to watch. I'm gonna watch the baseball game tomorrow. I'm not gonna watch the Blazer game because I can't watch a Milwaukee team without Giannis if Giannis wants to play. That just pisses me off.
This is a situation that's been percolating for quite some time, not just with Giannis, but just around the league.
And I don't think it's just tanking either. I think it's just bad PR. I think it's just a bad look. It's bad aesthetic. There's already enough bad basketball. If you give me Giannis on a bad team, I'm more inclined to watch that.
The vast majority of player rest, the things that come along with that, the staggering majority of it is NBA front offices. Players want to play.
Of course they do.
And I hear Blazers fans, shut Denny down, shut Denny down. Shut up. Denny wants to play.
Well, it's like we talk about,
that's not me saying shut up. That's Denny. Like,
Yeah,
he's telling everybody, shut up.
I've
I want to play.
mentioned in the Blazers situation here, whether it's move Shaden to the bench or Jeremy to the bench or Scoot to the bench or Drew to the bench, talking veterans, young guys, people with contract extensions, people without. And your retort to me is always, guys want to start. That they might not need to play 30, 35 minutes, but starting means a hell of a lot.
It does. And
Because they want to play.
But this is Giannis basically. For all of I love Giannis. He's one of my favorite players to ever play the game.
It's hard not to like him. He's such a likable guy.
Not just that, just the way he plays the game. I love it. But there's like this, he put out this whole thing. He did the whole Wolf of Wall Street. I'm not going anywhere. It's like Giannis wants out.
Duh.
Like don't
get it twisted.
Yeah, it's not. He's playing both sides. I love him, but he wants to have his cake and eat it too. He wants to tell everybody behind the scenes that he wants out and he wants out now, but he also doesn't want to upset the apple cart and be the villain and do all like.
And he might be a top 10 player in the league that can get away with that. Of cake and eat it too.
And that's the thing is like the Bucks are basically telling him, no, you're not going to play because we're going to shut you down because we need to protect you, make sure you don't get hurt. Because if you get hurt, then like we're not going to offer you that extension, but also you can just leave and we get nothing for you. So it's like it's just like
and he's dealt with injuries.
Yeah, and that's the thing is like I get it from the Bucks' perspective in the grand scheme of things, but what is the point of the game? Is it to play?
Definitely.
Okay.
Honestly, I would argue the point of the game is to get butts in the seats and make money. That's the point of the game.
It's entertainment, right?
Not for the player. The players want to play. They also want to make their bags. But if you own a team, winning titles is cool. You know what else is cooler? Money.
That's the grand scheme of things. It's like,
yeah.
Look,
the Yankees haven't won a World Series in over a decade. They print money. They're cool with it.
I was at that Nets game last night. It was one of the worst teams I've ever seen play a game basketball.
Twice in like 3 weeks. Huh?
It was horrendous. I sat there through those tanking seasons with the Blazers. Nothing compared to what I saw from that Nets team last night. That was horrendous. That was horrendous stuff. And it was just like, what are we like? I snapped last night on the postgame show. Like I'm done. I'm done with this. Like I understand tanking and the pathway and all the things that kind of come along with it. What the Nets are doing, what the Jazz are doing, what those teams are doing with the Wizards. Wizards are not playing their young guys. It's just like the Nets are not playing their young guys. Like they're just playing guys that aren't going to be on their roster. It's horrendous. I genuinely feel like
Your sport's broken.
Tumani went off last night. I could barely talk about it because it has nothing to do with the Blazers. It has everything to do with what the Nets are doing. And it was so bad. The product was so inferior. I'm just sitting there looking at it going, this is disgusting.
And it's
what are we doing?
You can't even give Tumani the flowers he deserves for having a great shooting night last night because it doesn't matter. You were playing a G League team.
It's nasty stuff, man. It's not expansion. It's not the Blazers being sold. None of that stuff matters. The number one thing the league needs to address is tanking. It needs to be addressed this summer.
100%. More scandals all across the place. Let's get over to the NFL and the Players Association. They've got one of their own. And then we'll talk some scheduling in college basketball. And some of the old dogs in college basketball may be on their way out. A lot to get to in hour number 2. It is a free consultation Tuesday. 503-864-6326. We'll do that in the Big Nooner. That's Danny. I'm Patrick. 105.1 The Fan.
America.
Now, from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the Fan, your Portland Trailblazers put the hammer down on the Nets, taking down Brooklyn 134-99. Toumani Camara posted his career high as he led the Blazers with 35 points on 9 of 11 shooting from beyond the arc. The Blazers will host the Milwaukee Bucks tomorrow at 7 p.m. inside the Moda Center. Some more NBA news for you as the Golden State Warriors wing Moses Moody suffered a non-contact left knee injury in Golden State's Monday night 137-131 overtime victory in Dallas. Moody had to be stretchered off the floor and is set to get an MRI today as the Warriors travel back from their game on the road. Some college basketball news for you as Arkansas's Darius Acuff has become the first NCAA men's athlete to receive a signature shoe deal while still in college, as the freshman star has landed a deal with Reebok. Some breaking NFL news for you as Tampa Bay Buccaneers veteran linebacker Levante David has announced his retirement after 14 seasons. David is the Bucs' all-time leader in forced fumbles, fumble recoveries, and also set franchise records in tackles, TFLs, and led the Bucs to their winning Super Bowl as being the team captain 12 times. Finally, some MLB news for you as center fielder Pete Crow Armstrong and the Chicago Cubs are finalizing a long-term contract extension. The 24-year-old cemented himself as one of the best defensive center fielders in baseball and was included in this year's United States World Baseball Classic roster. And for more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Casey Smith from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work? Insurance companies acting like jerks? Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
Sports Saturday with Joe Fisher and Rashad Taylor.
Hour number deuce here. If you're missing the first hour, you can download that, the Fan Podcast, 1051thefan.com, the Odyssey app, wherever you get your podcasts. Over on the YouTubes, you can check out that. If you missed Bill Oram this morning on Dirt and Sprague, a Dirty Swag edition again all week. If you missed Bill Oram this morning, he was on for 2 segments. You can check that out on YouTube or wherever you get your podcasts. Rewind, fast forward, except for in the future, because that would be
impossible.
Exactly. A lot to get to this hour. We'll slide into some college basketball because, you know, Danny, I can't get enough of college basketball. I was chatting with Luke this morning before we were coming on the air, and I was just like, dude, I will talk college basketball forever.
Yeah.
So there's a lot to get to in that. But you put this on our radar here. Pablo Torre. Again, Baxter Holmes, Pablo Torre walking your building, turn around and run. About the new executive director of the NFLPA.
Who was just shown earlier.
What's his name? J.C. Tretter. And there's a situation in which there's a lot of corruption going on in the NFL. Danny, walk me through what the hell's going on.
I mean, this is a guy who was marched out.
Basically given his walking papers.
And because of corruption. And it's one of those, it's like, I don't know if anybody else has been paying attention to this, with the NFLPA, what's been going on. You've had corruption after corruption after corruption, scandal after scandal after scandal, and they're going to recycle the guy that was embroiled in the scandal before the last scandal?
It is weird how the leaders of players' associations are constantly under fire these days, right?
Oh, no way. Union leadership is full of just debaucherous dirtbags? I'm shocked.
Tony Clark in the MLB. Nobody likes C.J. McCollum anymore in the NBA realms. WNBA's got their own problems. Yeah,
remember Tretter was part of the NFLPA under the collusion.
Yeah,
and then money went missing.
Right, but the thing is, it's the NFL. They are able to just continue this workhorse, protect the shield. This will get pushed to the side. If you go anywhere, if you go look for this anywhere, dude, if I'm Pablo Torre, I'm so sick of this. You can't find this story anywhere. Everybody's bearing it.
The only one who has anything is the Athletic, which is basically like a retelling of what Pablo has.
Because if I'm Pablo Torre, I'm pissed that I do all this work and nobody wants to see the light of day of my work.
Oh no,
Because it calls it out.
yes. And look, I had this I want to say argument, this discussion in the K2 sports room, newsroom bullpen the other day, or it was probably like a week ago, about Pablo and why, Casey, your age group and younger don't understand what actual journalism is anymore. And people are like, oh, Pablo's just calling out because he wants all the attention. He's just out here clout chasing. And it's like, no,
I don't think my generation understands what putting stuff on paper really means.
Like, Pablo is not out here saying this is what I think. He is putting on record what has happened.
These aren't him throwing around allegedlys, and this is him putting pen to paper and
Backing it up,
facts
too.
are all
This is
tied up.
Pablo, Baxter Holmes, I'm blanking on the other guy, Don Van Natta. Like, this is actual investigative reporting. The whole aspiration part of Pablo's not sitting here saying the Clippers are guilty, Kawhi's guilty, Uncle Dennis is guilty. He's saying, here's the information that I have. Here's the story it tells.
I don't really have an opinion. This is just what I know. Yeah.
Because that's what actual reporting is. They're like, well, why don't you just say it with your chest, Pablo? Because he's not up there to be an analyst. He is reporting on the facts that he can prove.
And it's too bad when it comes to the NFL. Like, if you got a guy in here that is messing around with collusion, messing around with improper use of funds, etc.
And then they hire a guy who, for a 2-year period, has the same thing, is federally investigated, and then Treader takes a step back and says, oh, I was under a legal... This is the line from him. Treader wanted to badly defend himself against the negative allegations levied against him, but said he received legal advice to not publicly address the accusations. Why?
Well, because I think we are learning as Major League Baseball is about to walk into this and the WNBA is already in it, the NFL is doing everything in their power to make sure that their PA and their board of governors are all lockstep.
Here's the
And
thing.
the easiest way to do that is to control it.
So this is about
Because that's what it smells like to me.
This was about the collusion part of it. Treader recalls telling the legal team, hiding something against the players is so against what I've always represented. I would like to just correct the record. However, Treader says he was again advised to remain quiet. They said it would be better for the organization if I didn't. And that's when I needed to resign. That's when I felt like it had gone too far and I was in a bad place and I needed help and I wasn't getting it. I wasn't able to defend myself. I wasn't asking for anybody to defend me. I just wanted to tell the truth and I left. Didn't tell the truth and leave. You just left. Don't tell me you wanted to tell the truth, because if you wanted to tell the truth, you left.
Yeah.
You were gone. No, you just couldn't. You didn't want the heat because of what you did or didn't do.
And again, I hope that when I am an old man, that there are studies, like academia studies and classes being offered on how the NFL has been able to get away with all this. Whether it's drug use, rampant performance-enhancing use, which is league-wide.
Which nobody cares about.
Domestic violence.
Which people should care about.
But don't.
DUIs.
And now collusion and CTE.
Driving.
And driving.
Georgia.
Yeah, and driving. How these 5 things never hurt the NFL. What could take down the NFL right now? Nothing. Just itself, maybe.
No.
Oversaturation, maybe.
No, it's gambling.
Yeah, but gambling can take down all sports.
Like, not to open another can of worms, don't be surprised when you hear in the next couple of weeks that out of the whole, not just Chauncey, but like the 31 arrests, that teams are being investigated.
Oh yeah.
Phones have been
Especially
seized.
when people, when
records
people
have been
start singing.
seized. Yeah,
people start singing like you're opening a lot of closets.
Like teams are being investigated. It's not good.
But that's why I wouldn't say gambling is necessarily just for the NFL.
No.
Gambling could take down North American sports.
Yes, and that's what I'm saying. Like, there's ways to take this down.
But outside of gambling, I don't know what's going to take down the NFL. Dude, if you can beat your wife, take performance-enhancing drugs, speed in a car, and be racist, whatever you want, and that doesn't do anything with head trauma, I don't know what takes down that
I can
league.
tell you, money.
Yeah. Oversaturation, stretching it too thin.
No. It's the NFL hiding money.
The nonprofit that is
ding,
the
ding,
National
ding,
Football
ding,
League.
ding, 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 ding. Because if this money just keeps going and going and going, and they're not going to get their piece. Look at the government getting involved in college sports. That has nothing to do with the sanctity of the game or
They
the
want a
players.
piece.
They want a piece.
Especially this administration.
I mean, it doesn't matter what administration it is. They always want a piece. It doesn't matter who, blue, red, white, purple, doesn't matter. They all going to want it every single time.
Everybody wants a slice of the pie.
Yeah.
Not me. I like my own pie. I make it at home.
There you go. wanted that one clean. But no, this look, man, I am not at its like I understand and believe fundamentally in the existence of unions, but the idea of them versus what they actually are, particularly at the largest levels, whether it's the police union, the teachers union, players unions, they're all corrupt. They're all so corrupt. I don't know of a union that's that big, that has that much money, that isn't just diabolically rotting from the inside. And point to any of them. Point to literally any major union in this country.
I don't have the data on that. I don't know.
You will find scandal upon scandal upon scandal upon scandal upon scandal.
Yeah, but I also think you find that in just any successful organization, unions or not. I think you find that everywhere.
But that's what I'm saying. Like everything gets so big that the snowball just runs, and there's no accountability for anything.
Sure. Well, that's the name of the game today in today's society, in my opinion. It's just lack of accountability across the board.
And that's why it'll just continue to run rampant.
And that's why this NFLPA scandal is not a scandal, because it's going to go away in like 10 seconds. It's going to go away in our 3-minute commercial break.
How big is that carpet?
Yeah.
Like it's like the cartoon, when they sweep it under the carpet, and it's like, it's that giant pile, and they take the giant wooden hammer and hammer it down, and then it's flat again. That's what it is.
I wouldn't be shocked if listeners out there right now are like, yeah, dude, I don't care about this story. And it's like, yeah, because you don't.
That's the problem.
Because you don't.
It's like, it's so tiresome.
When we come back, let's get into mid-majors in college basketball and scheduling. That's been the topic of conversation coming out of the first weekend of the NCAA tournament. A lot more to get to. The Firm of Harris and Meringue on Portland Sports Leader 105.1 FM, 1080 AM.
The Fan.
Let's dive into some college basketball here. This tournaments will come back into our lives on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Couldn't happen any sooner. International break in football right now, so I've got nothing to watch. So give me some baseball and some college basketball, probably two of my favorite loves, and let's get into this. One of the big topics of conversation, Danny, over the weekend in the first and second rounds, I'm not calling them in the second and third rounds, they're the first and second rounds in my book, have been mid-majors. And the conversation, we talked a little bit yesterday about Gonzaga and where they live in the mid-major world in comparison, that they're basically a major now. They just aren't in a major conference. The question has been scheduling. Miami of Ohio took the brunt of all of that throughout the season as they finished their year 31-1. The problem is they have no wins against quad 3, 2, or 1 opponents. And they went into the tournament, they lost their conference tournament, got an at-large bid, and had to play in the play-in to advance, which I think was the best route for them. However, I think it's also fair to say that this is what gets tough. We're going to listen to two people here in a moment. Mm-hmm. Travis Steele, the head coach of Miami of Ohio, and Nate Oates, the head coach at Roll Tide, and talking about how to figure out this college scheduling thing, because let's be real, and we talked about this yesterday, Gonzaga put in the hard work for a lot of people, and not just them, other players, other schools have. Butler's done it as well, of like, you won't come to us, fine, we'll go to you. We'll go to you. We'll figure this out.
We'll travel. We'll whoop that ass.
Yep. And for a little bit, we'll get our ass whooped. Mm-hmm. And then you're going to see that when I come back to Allen Fieldhouse or Rupp Arena or Cameron Indoor, that I'm going to give you a run. You might win, but I'm going to give you a run.
Or I'll meet you in Hawaii. I'll meet you at Atlantis. I'll meet you on a battleship, and let's throw down.
This is head coach Travis Steele at the University of Miami, Ohio, on scheduling.
I think a lot of it's analytically driven. I think there needs to be adjustments made. To a lot of these, whatever you want to say, the analytical data or whatever, whether it's Ken Pomeroy's or the predictive numbers, the net specific needs to be adjusted, right? I think you can always make things better. I don't know when's the last time that they made an adjustment to it, or if they have. But fans want to see those games. Our fans do. Their fans do. They want to see brands, and I just, it stinks. I mean, listen. A lot it went viral. I think Jonathan Holmes' emails on our staff. He's in charge of scheduling. Most of scheduling is done over the phone, right? And man, it's frustrating. I knew we were in trouble last June. We didn't finish our schedule until October, mid-October. We played 2 weeks later, which is ridiculous. Especially in today's college landscape, man, it sounds crazy to me. But again, I get why they don't want to play the game, because you want to stay away from quad 2 and quad 3 games. It does nothing for you, nothing. It's almost like a lose-lose situation if you're them. So I get it. I think we may have moved up to a quad 2, which hopefully will help us. But if you're in that quad 3 range, man, good luck. You got no chance.
And that's where it gets tricky,
because it gets dicey for you. There's no win there for you.
Yeah, if you're like, let's take the Kansas, Duke, Michigans out of the world, okay, and let's get into the Alabamas of the world, the maybe the Houston's, Baylor's of the world, that next tier of really, really great programs. I know Baylor's been down for a few years, but Scott Drew is a hell of a coach. What benefit do they get by scheduling a Greg Marshall, Wichita State, a Brad Stevens, Butler, a Mark Few, Gonzaga, when you can lose that game? Also, the flip side is, what's the benefit of scheduling Miami of Ohio if they're quad 3? You don't know they're going to go 31-1. You don't know that. You don't know that they're going to get it. We know the brand Miami of Ohio because we're college basketball junkies. We all know Wally Serbiak when we were in high school. We all remember that. But as far as a program, what benefit do you have? Oh, cool, you waxed Miami of Ohio by 20. What does that do for you?
Well, and the scary thing is you can get got by those guys.
And meanwhile, Miami of Ohio is going, look, dude, we'll play anybody. Anybody. We are trying to play by the rules. We are trying to give you the opportunity to beat us, but we want to be put on the national stage. Nate Oates from Alabama, he's kind of saying the opposite. He's kind of saying, look, man, I don't know how to help you because you are what you are. And he uses his time at Buffalo as an example. This is Nate Oates from the Power 4 level of how to schedule.
At Buffalo, and I know some of the mid-major coaches have said nobody would play him. I think if you try hard enough, the only mid-major schools we turn down are ones that aren't good enough. Like when we look at our bye games, they need to be good enough because I don't want to be playing quad 4 games and to me, I want to play really good ones. So I think if you call around, some of the mid-major schools that we're talking about not being able to find games played multiple non-Division I games. Well, I'm not sure how hard you tried if you're playing 3 non-Division I games. So I think you have to play games in your non-conference to be ready to play these NCAA tournament games. Like my last year at Buffalo, we won at West Virginia. We won at Syracuse. We played at Marquette when they had Howard, who destroyed us, but we lost. But we played at Southern Illinois, who was really good. We played at St. Bonaventure. Like you go down, we played very good teams. We were ready to play in the NCAA. In the year before, we lost at Syracuse. We played other high major teams. So when we get the Arizona game, we've already played some high major teams. So I think you're going to have to do a great job evaluating young talent. You're going to have to play some high major teams. And you can whine and complain about high major teams not playing you on a neutral. They're not going to do it. That doesn't really work that way. So when I was at Buffalo, I didn't complain about it. We just go play them. Take the money, get bought. That's where you're going to play them. Play them. If you lose, you at least got experience playing against high major teams that you're going to have to play in the NCAA tournament if you're going to try to beat them. So I think it'll happen. I think it's going to be harder for some mid-major teams to make deep runs. It's going to be harder for a mid-major team like us to be at Buffalo to be like a 6 seed. But I think there's still going to be upsets in this tournament.
There has to be some middle ground to this because Nate Oates is not wrong. It is not worth. He has built a really nice program at Alabama. It is not worth his time to play a quad 3, quad 4 game. It's not like football when you can schedule the Citadel and pat your stats. That doesn't work because there are Ken Pomeroy, there are BPI. That kind of metrics are out there in college basketball more so than they are in college football.
It's more indicative because you have larger sample sizes. But he's letting his time at Buffalo maybe dictate some things there a little bit further than they should be. Remember, he was at Buffalo from 2015 to 2019. That's when analytics started to kind of like push. 7 years later, analytics is at the forefront.
It's also pre-NIL.
Yes. And so as things are moving around, I don't want to say it's disingenuous, but it's very different. 10, 11 years ago, it might as well be 1947 in as far as analytics, NIL, and the space that college basketball is in. That is go back to the 2014, 15, and 15, 16 seasons in college basketball and go watch that. And go look at the structure and go look at what that game is like. Now go look at it today.
Yeah.
Those are two very, very different places.
And I do think he kind of nails it on the head a little bit in that it is going to be a tough climb for him. Gonzaga, to keep using them as an example, not as a bias, but because they're the perfect example. They put in the groundwork. They put in the infrastructure for themselves 20 years ago. It might be too late. They got ahead of it. It might be too late because, to Nate Oates' point, it's maybe too steep of a climb. Miami of Ohio was never going to get a 6 seed. You find me, what's the next true mid-major? VCU, Butler, Creighton, etc. That's going to be higher than a 7 seed. It's going to be really difficult.
And this is where we would talk about this on the college football side. It's going to happen in college basketball. It's 361. Is that what I said last week?
Something like that, yeah.
Teams.
300 plus.
Like 350 plus.
350 plus.
In Division I basketball. What's going to end up happening is we're getting a super conference.
Yeah,
you're getting a super conference, and you just got to play. You can't play teams outside that. You have to play inside it. It needs to be like.
But how many teams are in a super conference in college basketball?
Probably 88.
Yeah, you got to really, really expand it.
Yeah.
And even some of those squads, that I use like Butler and Creighton as an example, they're in real conferences now.
Mm-hmm.
And if Butler wants to go through the Big East and win it, you got some guys that you got to go through to win. And if Butler were to go through the Big East and beat St. John's twice and beat UConn twice and win that conference tournament, yeah, you're gonna get higher than a 6 seed. But that's a tall task to ask for. Danny Hurley has 2 of them tangs, and Rick Pitino's a top 10 coach of all time.
But that's the thing is you're looking at how do you sort this out? Well, you put the quad 1 and quad 2 teams in the same super conference, and then the 3s and 4s in another super conference. But
How do you get out of that, though?
The same way you do is the same suggestion I have for college football.
Relegation.
Promotion, relegation.
Yeah, without a doubt. It's the greatest thing in the world.
It's where it needs to go.
It's the greatest thing. And in college basketball, I think it would work really,
it's
really
where
well.
it needs to go. Have quad 3, quad 4, have quad 1, quad 2. Okay, you get 8 games, 6 games outside of quad 1. If you're in quad 1, quad 2.
Quad 3 can get a quad 2 game.
Yep. Oh no, quad 3 can get quad 1 games.
Sure.
Quad 4 can get quad 2 games, and you work your way up, and you just do it promotion relegation.
And that would work a little bit more like college football. I like, because then if you are quad 1 and you do get a quad 3 schedule on your schedule, it will boost your record because your normal games are against quad 1, quad 2 teams. So it will pad the stat a little bit, like it does for Ole Miss, Alabama, Florida, Georgia, etc.
And if you're quad 4, you have a chance to work your way up.
Yeah.
Prove that you're going to do it.
Be Wrexham.
And then and in that case, you find a way. It's over multiple years. Yeah, you can't capitalize, but you slowly work your way up. And guess what happens? You go from a 8, 9, 10 seed to a 6, 7, 8 seed. And you make a deeper run in the tournament. It's rewarded. And the teams that are in the quad 1 better stay up there. Better not drop off.
Yeah, we'll continue this conversation in the Big Nooner because Coach Calipari has something that I think kind of meets this a little bit in the middle and kind of talks the realities out loud about how to win in college basketball. So we'll circle back around on that in the Big Nooner. But let's get into some more coach conversation as we're seeing things in Chapel Hill aren't going well. We have no idea the future of Lawrence. The tide is shifting for sure in college basketball. There's Casey with sports.
Now, from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
This sports update is brought to you by Reynolds Defense Firm. If you've been arrested for a DUI, you need a team of attorneys that you can put your trust into. Call Reynolds Defense Firm today, online at reynoldsdefensefirm.com. First on the Fan, your Portland Trailblazers put the hammer down on the Nets, taking Brooklyn down 134-99. Toumani Camara posted his career high as he led the Blazers with 35 points on 9 of 11 shooting from beyond the arc. Blazers will host the Milwaukee Bucks tomorrow at 7 p.m. inside the Moda Center. Some more NBA news for you as the Golden State Warriors wing Moses Moody suffered a non-contact left knee injury in Golden State's Monday night 137-131 victory in overtime over Dallas. Moody had to be stretchered off the floor and is set to get an MRI today as the Warriors travel back from their road game. Some college basketball news for you as Arkansas's Darius Acuff has become the first NCAA men's athlete to receive a signature shoe deal while still in college, as the freshman star has landed a deal with Reebok. Some breaking NFL news for you as Tampa Bay Buccaneers veteran linebacker Levante David has announced his retirement after 14 seasons. David is the Bucs' all-time forced fumbles leader and fumble recoveries, also setting franchise records in tackles for loss, and leading the Bucs defense to their Super Bowl victory in Super Bowl 55. Finally, some MLB news for you as center fielder Pete Crow Armstrong and the Chicago Cubs are finalizing a long-term contract extension. The 24-year-old cemented himself as one of the best defensive fielders in baseball and was included in this year's United States World Baseball Classic roster. And for more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Casey Smith from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work? Insurance companies acting like jerks? Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
The home of the firm of Harris and Meringue.
We're a free consultation Tuesday here on the firm of Harris and Meringue. You can get those in 503-864-6326. We got a couple already, so get them in while you can. Get them in while you can. We'll do that at 12:15. Web Gems coming up next, and the most obvious Web Gem story in the history of Web Gems for you. It's making the rounds, and it's catching a lot of fire. Most of my questions in that story are just how, but we'll get to that in about 15 minutes. Sticking here in college basketball, Danny, if I had to put a gun to your head, who has the better chance of returning to the sidelines at his current institution? Hubie Davis or Bill Self?
I think it's weirdly enough Davis.
Yeah?
I think Self, I think the medical stuff is going to be the decider.
Medical on top of I am done with Darren Peterson.
I'm mild.
It sounds exhausting to him.
So mild tangent here as it pertains to Darren Peterson. It's over the past 48, 72 hours, there has been a concerted effort or push to all of a sudden talk about how Darren Peterson not only was not healthy physically, not healthy mentally. And the word that they decided to put out there was anxiety.
Ooh, I know about that.
My brother in Christ, what and who is around you that even if that was the case, you would put that out there ahead of the NBA draft? You were about to be selected in the top 3 and be handed $10+ million a year and be the face of a franchise.
In one of the most loaded drafts I've seen since maybe 03.
If that is the case, shut up.
Well, I mean...
No. Battle mental health. Do not put out there that you're battling anxiety.
Well, I think anxiety can still be the same as mental health. It 100% is.
No.
I've been battling anxiety lately. I don't mind sharing that.
No. Do you have a contract?
I do.
Is your contract at terms or potentially being altered because of that?
No.
Is Darren Peterson's? Yes.
Maybe. I could sue if they did.
Oh, you can't sue them for not drafting you because you can't handle anything?
Yes, that's true.
Why would you put that out there?
I don't know.
There's no good reason to put that out.
I don't know. I can't think of a good reason why.
Say that you're battling mental health. I have zero issues with that. I love what Kevin Love and DeMar DeRozan have been doing. But it also screams a little bit of damage control.
Oh, yeah, trying to almost like you're talking about not being truthful.
Look,
using some kind of potential excuse.
Again, I don't want it to go there. But already I've gotten that from multiple people of like, look, I don't want to beat the kid up, but it's pretty convenient.
Yeah, you add that on top of Bill Self's medical stuff. I just think QB's going to get fired. That's all.
My thought process, we said it on Friday, was if he makes it through the weekend, he's not going to get fired.
Yeah, that's true. I did know that they did meet a couple days ago to discuss the future. It's probably you got one more year, bud. That's probably what it is.
I would imagine this isn't like he's on the hot seat. No, his feet are he's on the rotisserie. Mm-hmm. Shark bait, hoo-ha-ha. Like, that's what we're at right now.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm fine with it. I don't love the idea of you got one more year or you're fired. Fire him now.
I don't either.
Yeah, fire him now.
We're in that same.
And I don't think QB's the answer in North Carolina.
No.
I think you get guys because it's North Carolina. But I think when you look across the aisle, which unfortunately you're tied to at all times, John Shire is not just getting guys at Duke because he coaches at Duke. He's also getting guys at Duke because he's getting the guys that he wants.
Duke's recruiting class last 3 years has been number one recruiting class. They've gotten the number one player over and over and over.
Yes.
Let's take a look at last year. Colin Knippel, Cooper Flagg, Common Malawach, all 3 top 10 picks. This year, you have one of the top 3 picks, and you're going to have other guys that are going to the NBA draft. Like, that's just.
And what's North Carolina giving me? A 5-year point guard due to COVID and Caleb Wilson, who's not playing right now? It's not good enough
North
for
Carolina, like, their last All-Star is like, what is it, 99 or 2000?
Oh, stop. No way.
Yeah. Hold on. I'll pull this up.
Well, and I think another thing that's crazy, dude, like, think about all the heat that Ryan Day took.
I believe it's Vince Carter.
Wow.
Is the last UNC Tar Heel to be named an NBA All-Star.
That's insane.
Vince Carter was the last one in 97-98.
That is insane. Nice pull, Case. Mm-hmm. Look, Ryan Day took a lot of heat at Ohio State for not winning an Natty, having a Michigan problem, having a Harbaugh problem, not winning a Natty. He finally wins a Natty. North Carolina should be screaming to the heavens louder than they were about Ryan Day.
I'm sorry. Vince Carter made it in 2007. That was the last time.
He made it in 98 and 2007. Yeah, Vince Carter. Put him in the Hall of Fame right now.
But no, I mean he had an 8-year run, but like it was from that period. Anton Jameson, Rasheed Wallace, but he's the most prominent to have that since 07.
Tyler Hansbrough didn't make an All-Star?
No. But I mean, like
Raymond Felton. Oh.
Just remember, like the
Rashad McCants.
Yeah, the Duke North Carolina stuff was tight for a long time, and while the rivalry remains tight, what they're producing in the NBA is it's orders of magnitude.
Yeah. And Roy kind of took that at the end of his time in North Carolina. He didn't necessarily need to go the Calipari route of putting NBA guys in, but he got himself a couple rings in the end days there. Most famously, outcoached the bejeez out of Mark Few in a natty that I watched and was like pulling my hair out at the time. I might have had hair, I don't remember. You can still win without putting guys in the NBA. And I'm not saying North Carolina needs the draft succession that Duke has had. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm not saying you need 3 Caleb Wilsons every single year, but you got to start winning, man. Last year you got embarrassed, and this year you got embarrassed too, I would argue.
But also North Carolina beat Coach K twice.
Okay.
And his farewell.
Okay, that matters in North Carolina. It doesn't matter when it comes to March.
Oh, no, I know. But, I mean, he did. They did knock off Coach K in March.
Yeah, okay, fair. But if you're North Carolina, you need to be winning natties.
Or at least be there, like have the opportunity to be there.
Yeah, dude, look, Kansas went out this year earlier than they like to go out, but I think we kind of knew that. We knew this team wasn't long for it. Self has more moments in which he's going further.
Sure.
And Hubie Davis, for my money, is just not showing that.
No, and they're also not getting... Look, Caleb Wilson is a guy, and unfortunately he got hurt, and so we didn't get to see him in the tournament.
Which is not fair to Hubie Davis.
No, but I also don't think it's unfair to North Carolina and just kind of point at what they are. They're just not what they've been.
No, and someone's got to take the fall for that. It's not going to be the AD. It's going to be the head coach.
And if you're North Carolina... why aren't you better?
That's what I'm asking.
Like,
That's
you have the money, you have the resources, you have the branding, you have one of the sexiest jerseys in all of college sports.
Look, Kansas might not be winning the Natty this year or even in the Sweet 16. They got the number 1 pick in the draft.
Not only that.
That covers a lot of warts.
You are the Jordan brand school.
That is true.
That's the big one for me.
It's like, how?
You are the school.
Like, how are you not better? It doesn't make any sense.
Right.
You can have all the Ed Cotas in the world, but you need more Vince Carters.
Yeah, I mean, that was what I was saying about Roy at the end of his tenure at North Carolina. He still was winning. Wasn't putting a ton of crazy dudes in the league, but he was winning. And that's what's important. Look at Scott Drew. He won a natty at Baylor. Can you name anybody off that Baylor team? See what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it doesn't matter. You can still win. The warts that cover up.
You have two paths. You can either be the winner or you can be Cal is the NBA school guy. Now, every couple of years, Arkansas this year, you have a guy or guys that are so good that you run deep.
And I would argue Bill Self is that same way at Kansas.
100%.
And this year, when they're not good enough to make that run, he still has something that says, hey, I still do a great job at Kansas. Here's a guy named Darren Peterson.
Enjoy. Where North Carolina, who's the last guy that did it with?
I don't know that answer.
It's not Kobe White. It's not Cam Johnson. It's not Nasir Little. It's not Tyler Hansbrough. Like, you just go.
I mean, Hansbrough won a title.
Well, I know, but I'm talking about in the NBA.
Oh, in the NBA. No. You just said it. Antoine Jameson, Vince Carter. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Rasheed before that?
Yeah, let's get real shallow real quick.
I mean, Raymond Felton played in the league. Hansbrough played in the league. Zeller played in the league. Rashad McCants played in the league. They weren't great.
No.
They weren't great at all.
No. So it's a weird spot to be, but circling full back here, I think Self is the one that's less likely to come back. And I think because Self has the control here. You call it self-control.
I see what you did there. Bill Self stepping out of college basketball I think.
Who takes his spot at Kansas?
I think you call the first phone call you make is Jay Wright.
Just to see.
That's the first phone call you make. Then I think you start looking at Scott Drew, Mark Few, Nate Oates. That is a serious special job that I don't think you take lightly.
Yeah. No, I mean,
because Self was on a really nice path, but Self was also a bag man. That's he was at Illinois right before Kansas.
And more than that, it's his health.
Yeah.
He's had multiple heart surgeries now.
Mm-hmm.
So
I don't know. Oh man, boy, what a job. I mean, if you're May up at Michigan, would you leave Michigan for Kansas? I would.
I wouldn't.
I would.
I wouldn't. I think your resources at Michigan are better.
If you're Mark Few, is this the job that you finally leave for?
You know what? I could actually see him at Kansas.
I could see him at North Carolina too.
Yeah. Because here's the thing. Would he want that? Because you know what would come with that?
Everything.
Expectations.
Everything.
There's no, I don't have resources.
It's legacy
defining.
defining.
I don't play in a conference. I don't have
It's legacy defining.
Now he's supposed to be the guy to get him over the hump.
Mm-hmm. That'd be interesting.
It's a big ask.
It's a big ask.
But also, if you're him,
that's why my first phone call is Jay Wright.
Yeah. Which I think Jay says no, but
I think he does too. I don't think he comes back to coaching. I think if Jay Wright ever wanted to come back to coaching, go back to Villanova. No football expectations.
No.
You're a basketball school. Conference is great.
I mean, it's the same thing with Kansas and North Carolina. Like and you have the resources,
Mm-hmm.
you have the backing, you have all the alumni, everything.
I think for my money, if I could have any job in college basketball, I think it's the Kansas job.
Not me.
Is it Duke?
Yeah.
I think I like the Rock Chalk, Allen Fieldhouse.
There's just something about it. Like, don't get me wrong, they're one of the best programs in the history of the sport. But
top 3.
They're up there with like UCLA in the sense of like it was the best job in the sport.
Kansas won a title not too long ago.
I know, but they are not Duke.
They are not.
You know what I mean? Like that.
But they're right below.
I think they're further away.
Who's higher than Kansas in the pecking order?
I think right now, UConn.
Fair.
I think right now, Michigan.
Is Houston higher than?
I got to see Michigan win one of them things.
I think right now, Florida.
When did Michigan win one of them things?
I know. I'm just, interestingly enough,
I'm going to take Kansas over Michigan right now.
Ran into a Michigan legend last night on the court.
Oh, yeah?
Juwan Howard.
Oh, Juwan Howard.
Yeah.
Great college player. Great college player.
Asked him who he had in the tournament. He just kind of gave me a look, and I was like, I'm just kidding.
The Florida one is interesting, I think. There's definitely pedigree. There's 3 titles in my lifetime that I remember seeing.
Multiple coaches.
Multiple
eras, multiple NBA dudes.
I think I lean Kansas in this, but that's a fair argument. I think the Kansas brand of basketball, because of Allen Fieldhouse, Fogg, all that stuff, puts them a little bit ahead of Florida.
Yeah.
But Florida is more recent. They won a title last year.
And not just that, they had back-to-back titles 20 years ago.
So, but I mean, I think Kansas is a better job than Syracuse,
Oh,
Michigan
yes.
State.
Ooh, I would put Michigan State up ahead of them.
Kansas got more of them things.
Yes, but I
in
think
the same time that Izzo's been there.
Izzo's a much harder act to follow.
Self has more titles since he's been at Kansas than Izzo has in his career.
I think the expectations at Kansas are not aligned with reality at Kansas, if that makes sense. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Whereas I think the expectations at Duke are title, Final Four. Where I think the expectations at Michigan State are what they
Final
need to be.
Four.
If like
Elite Eight, Final Four.
Where with Kansas, I think it ebbs and flows. As weird as that may sound.
And Michigan can't get there till they win one.
For sure, but I think like holistically, who we're talking about, like we're talking about like the football schools that are also basketball schools. Nobody's better than that in Michigan right now.
Yeah, you might be right.
That they are the number one.
Everybody's favorite web gems coming up. How does this even work? 105.1 The Fan.
Fan.
All right, this is everybody's favorite Web Gems. Do it every single day at 11:45. Coming up in the Big Nooner, it is a free consultation Tuesday. You can get those in 503-864-6326 at 12:15. We'll slide back into a little bit more college basketballs. I think I found my new college basketball hero and my new de facto commissioner of college basketball and why he should be in charge, because I never thought in my entire life, in the universe that I live in, this would be the case. So stick with us and hang out for that. When we Web Gems today is brought to you by, I'm just going to ask the question, how? I don't understand how any of this works. This is the story that has made the rounds of everybody today. Quadruple amputee cornhole player accused of shooting, killing a man during argument while driving. To be a quadruple amputee is hands and feet, correct?
Yes, 4. That'd be all 4 limbs.
That'd be all 4 limbs.
Ichi, knee, sun, cheek. Yeah, 4.
My question is, cornhole, shooting, and driving. How?
Teeth.
Teeth?
Teeth.
You pulling the trigger with teeth?
Or tongue.
Or tongue? How are you throwing the cornhole bag?
Blowing on it.
The chin has to be doing so much work here. Am I wrong?
I don't want to hear about your soft pee.
Wow. Okay.
Casey, you're going to need to pull that. You're going to need to pull that.
Okay. All right. A professional cornhole player, a quadruple amputee, was seen driving near La Plata Road in Maryland and radio station shortly before 10:30 p.m. when he allegedly shot and killed a man in an argument.
Look, man, have you...
They were friends.
You're a video gamesman.
I dabble.
Have you seen the... I want to get the right... There's a particular phrase they use for it. I don't want to say handy capable. That's the way I'm going to use this. There's a particular... accessible, I believe is what they call it. Xbox was, I want to say about a decade ago, they developed this box that you could set up a million different ways. And if you go on like Twitch or Kick or whatever streaming platform, YouTube, whatever live streaming, TikTok, all the gaming platforms, right? Whatever they are. You will, if you look for it, you can find adaptive athletes. Guys that are playing Call of Duty with their teeth. That are paralyzed from the neck down. But
there's a lot of stuff out there like wheelchair accessibility that you can like basically control with your eyes.
Yes, and those kind of things exist for a lot of different things. I'll use another pop culture reference here. Did you ever see the movie Shooter? Mark Wahlberg, sniper movie?
I think I saw some of it, yes.
Great movie. But
like FX style, like on TV style.
Well, one of the shooters they used, the guy that they used, he's in a wheelchair. It's like, because they brought a building down on him in like the Cold War kind of deal. It's like, but he's like one of the best snipers of all time.
I don't know why I laughed there. I feel terrible about that.
Yeah, I mean, you bring the building down, the sniper. No, but here's the
uncomfortable laughing. Is that what that was?
No. Here's the dirty secret of snipers. No matter which side they're on, you know who hates them? Everyone.
Snipers?
Everyone hates snipers.
Well, yeah, man. You like die and you didn't see it coming. Everyone hates snipers in video games.
Yeah, campers.
Yeah.
You know, it's one of those things.
Chair force is one thing. Snipers are another.
Look, man, I had buddies that were long range reconnaissance that worked as snipers, and look, man, there are things that can put the fear of God in you. An A-10, a B-52, a show of force, and a Marine with a long gun. Like that's the reality. It's a terrifying thing. But I say all of this to say that there are a million different ways. Like I had a buddy who was paralyzed from the waist down. Had a handy accessible vehicle where he had a ramp into the driver's seat.
I've seen that.
Levers.
Oh,
so
cool.
he's got a captain's wheel, like it's got the handle on the wheel that you turn and pivot.
I love that.
But there's levers for gas and brake.
Yeah.
But it's just, and I'll tell you right now, his van, baller.
My dad once had a VW Bug that the stick couldn't get into its spot, so he had to move it in a circular motion. And the clutch didn't work. It was tied to a string, so he had to pull the string while spinning the
This sounds
stick.
like something from a movie in the 20s.
And then it would click, and he'd be like, and go.
Wow.
My dad had all his limbs, though.
There you go.
He was also really, really po. Real po. That's why that V-dub.
But that's...
Dude, you can see the motion I'm doing here. Like, that's wild.
Yeah.
Click, 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 click.
That's not supposed to work
No,
like
it's
that.
not
You're not supposed to guess which gear you're in.
Yeah. What's crazier about this? That he plays cornhole, shot a man.
Oh, shooting a guy without arms and legs.
Yeah.
Because I mean, you're tonguing it.
Road rage too. Apparently, he knew the guy.
But here's the thing about it: like, if you're going to shoot somebody and you're, it's great. You're nubbed up.
Wow.
You have to preemptively set this up.
Holy catfish!
Oh, you're talking preemptive. Like you premeditated.
You can't look. I may or may not have a box in my vehicle that has a fingerprint scanner on
And
it.
by
that
vehicle, you mean backpack.
that too. But yes, everything has a fingerprint scanner on it. I can access it in multiple places. But I have hands.
Right.
I don't have to
How
have
do you
it
reach for the gun? Yeah.
Yeah, like so.
Do you think he just drives with like it strapped on him at all times, just in case?
Or is he Captain Hooking it?
Yeah, maybe.
Because that could be the case. He could have.
That's true.
He
That's
could claw
a good
hand
point.
this.
That's a good point.
Like, we don't know how far down the amputation
Sure.
is, because depending on, like, if you're missing hands, you can do different. Like, there's actually weirdly enough, making this Portland adjacent, one of the leading developers of bionics is here in Portland.
Oh, okay.
There are people that it's a year-long process. You can move to Portland if you have all the money in the world. They have cybernetic hands. Like, we're talking like Luke Skywalker, like pull it up, like kind of thing.
I know exactly what that is.
Yeah, see, I made a reference you know.
I know exactly what that
But
is.
they are finding ways to have, like, you create neural pathways to where you can have it doesn't work like our hand does, but it fires it to where it actually works.
Okay.
But you have to spend like 8 hours a day training this over the course of a year to get it to work.
So premeditation.
So yeah,
He's going to jail.
Coming full circle. That's how this guy plays cornhole.
You going to
bionics?
Cheating.
I'm looking at a
It's like
picture
Pistorius
right now,
with the blades.
and he holds the cornhole like
with
both
the
of them
ends
and tosses with both.
Yeah,
of them.
that's what I figured.
Okay, so
Nubs.
so he's nubby, not stubby.
And he's probably better than
It's
both
like
of
a
us.
chest pass.
Okay,
almost.
yeah,
He's probably better than us too.
but that's bro. Every time.
Cornhole for me is like domination or terrible.
Oh yeah, no. I'm always like, you ever want to be humbled? Go look at like a Paralympian.
Yeah.
Like,
we talked about this the other day.
Oh, you don't have legs, but you can outrun me. Wait, what?
Yeah.
Like Oscar Pistorius, like, whoa, he had the enhanced blades. I'm like, he doesn't have knees.
Yeah, and
What
runs-
do you mean?
And he runs faster than I do.
It's like, well, it's an advantage. I'm like, no,
Also able to shoot a gun.
through a door multiple times
You can put it on the board.
Thank you.
into a bathroom.
Into a bath. Self-defense.
Self-defense.
As claimed. Self-defense.
Self-defense into a room in your own house.
We come back. Let's slide back into college basketball. There's some hard truths being said by maybe a guy who's right, and I didn't have that on my bingo card. Plus free consultation, a loaded final hour. Stick with us. 105.1 The Fan.
George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the Fan, your Portland Trailblazers put the hammer down on the Nets, taking down Brooklyn 134-99 yesterday night. Toumani Camara posted his career high as he led the Blazers with 35 points on 9 of 11 shooting from beyond the arc. And the Blazers will host the Milwaukee Bucks tomorrow at 7 p.m. inside the Moda Center. Some more NBA news for you as the Golden State Warriors wing Moses Moody suffered a non-contact left knee injury in Golden State's Monday night 137-131 overtime victory in Dallas. Moody had to be stretchered off the floor and is set to get an MRI today as the Warriors travel back from Dallas. And some college basketball news for you as Jackson Shelstad plans to enter the transfer portal. The 6'1" junior spent all 3 years of his career at Oregon, averaging 15.6 points, 2.9 rebounds, and 4.9 assists in just 12 games before suffering a hand injury that kept him out for the remainder of the season. Some breaking NFL news for you as Tampa Bay Buccaneers veteran linebacker Levante David has announced his retirement after 14 seasons. David is the Bucs' all-time leader in forced fumbles, fumble recoveries, and also set franchise records in tackles, TFLs, and led the Bucs defense to their Super Bowl 55 victory. Finally, some MLB news for you as center fielder Pete Crow Armstrong and the Chicago Cubs are finalizing a long-term extension. The 24-year-old cemented himself as one of the best defensive center fielders in baseball and was included in this year's United States World Baseball Classic roster. And for more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Casey Smith from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work? Insurance companies acting like jerks? Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
The Fan is live on YouTube and Twitch. And now
Two down, one to go here. The firm of Harrison Meringue. We do this bad boy every single Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Thank you for being a part of our day. We are stoked to be a part of your day. We'll, of course, turn it over to Duck Insider from 1 to 2 after us, and then we'll get to Happy Hour with Luke Anderson from 2 to 3, and then Prime Time from 3 to 7, finishing up. Oh, nope. Timbers Fan tonight, hosted by yours truly and Jake Zivin on tonight from 7 to 8, finishing up 14 hours of live, local, regional sports talk radio. And we can honestly do this. You know, we've spent a lot of time, Danny, today in the college basketball world, and big news just drops locally as Jackson Shelstad has entered the transfer portal. He will leave his career at Oregon Ducks after 3 seasons. You mentioned was recruited by Gonzaga and UCLA. Mm-hmm. I am sure a veteran-esque point guard will command a nice little market. Mm-hmm.
Let the exodus begin, though.
But I think this is we've talked about what to do in Eugene when it comes to Dana Altman and that basketball program. Now this kind of gets hyped up. Your best player, your local recruit, is now hitting the portal. Is there something he knows that we don't know yet? You know, is the time for Dana Altman over? But as we said frequently, Danny, on this program about Ducks basketball, which you can hear all their games live here on home of the Ducks, 105.1 and the Fan Sports Network, how much is basketball important to the University of Oregon? And dare I say, look, if we're going to be hard on Oregon State and Scott Barnes and stuff like that, if Jackson Shelstad is transferring out of your program, I think that is a legit cause for concern.
Well, here's the thing.
The transfers happen all the time, but this is a local kid in your backyard.
2-time Oregon Gatorade Player of the Year.
Best player on your team at a program that in theory has the funds to do it, and a tenured great coach in Dana Altman.
Yeah, and this is going to begin probably the exodus. He's not the first player to leave. Kwame Evans is going to either test the NBA, which test and you will fail.
I wouldn't go there yet.
I
bud.
wouldn't go there, bud. You need to do a lot if you're going to try and make the league. I don't wish you no ill will, but you just haven't showed anywhere near the ability to perform at that level. But Kwame's gone. Shelstead's gone. Waylon is probably gone too. I wouldn't be surprised. He's the Chinese player who. I'm talking to a few of the Chinese media members because obviously we've got Young Hansen here.
The Yang Bong.
But there was an anticipation of him, much like there was with Yang. But there's a culture adjustment, and even back home in China and talking to them. Watching Yang kind of have to like settle into the role that he's in, the expectations around Wei changed too. Of like, oh, if Yang, who is a better player, prospect, kind of idea player, is a G League guy who needs development, then I guess it's not a surprise that Wei is also like kind of not struggling, but it's going to take a little more time. He's not just going to go and take over college basketball.
Right.
So, and then Jamari Phillips might also be another guy that leaves. So. Basically, their entire backcourt is probably hitting the portal.
And that's kind of the new difference thing if you're a Duck fan out there, and I know there's lots of you out there, and I don't know if you're a Duck fan like Dirt, who doesn't really follow college basketball a whole lot, as football is obviously the number one ticket down there. But I think what Dana Altman has talked about, and what a struggle with Oregon has been of late, is just constantly bringing new guys in every year. This is a little different. Everybody's leaving. Dana Altman's dealt with having to bring guys in and teach them the system again.
Guys who graduate and stuff like that. Yeah,
exactly. But usually he holds on to the good ones.
Well,
over his tenure at Oregon.
But it's also the. Here's the thing.
This is more of the fire drill to me.
Yes,
losing a guy here and there happens.
But it's also. Dana's a really good coach.
Really good coach. A little used car salesman for me, but
he's a nitty gritty basketball coach. What I'm about to say is going to sound pejorative or derogatory. It's not. It's just styles make fights kind of an identity. He sucks with 5-star players. He does. I mean, here's the thing: Kel'el Ware, Troy Brown. Like, just go down the list of guys that have been like high level recruits. Bobo. They have all bombed at Oregon, and a lot of them. Because they're bat-ass crazy.
Yeah.
Like, that's the reality. Most guys aren't Cam Boozer. Most guys aren't Cooper Flag.
Yeah, those guys got good heads on their shoulders.
Most of these guys have a lot of freaking ego.
Even AJ DeBonsa holds it well.
And even
despite being like the biggest deal in the state of Utah right now.
Even then, AJ's got a little, got to smack him every now and then. Sure. Not bad, but that's the thing. And at Oregon, you're not a good enough basketball school to be like, I need you to tighten up.
Yeah, to be able to
Kel'el Ware leaves and goes to Indiana, and Mike Woodson goes, hey, dog, if you want to play, shut up and listen to me.
Yeah.
I was a coach in the league. I'll get you there. And Kel'el fought a little bit, and Woodson nearly choked the life out of him, but he eventually got Kel'el to buy in, and now Kel'el's a good NBA player.
Yeah, and Woodson wasn't a great college coach, but to use that
NBA
guy, he can say that. It's like why Cal succeeds. Look, I don't know.
Is Cal the best coach ever? No. Is he the best NBA preparer ever? Bar none.
And do all of his prospects hit? No, they don't. But they all get drafted in the top 10.
And they all come back, and they all tell him they love him.
And they're all rooting for Arkansas, not Kentucky.
Yes.
Because it's Cal.
Because it's not school, it's Cal.
And I think that's part of that Bill Self, Hubert Davis conversation we were having, and also what I've been saying about the Jay Wrights, the Roy Wills, the Jim Boeheims of the world. They're all getting out because they don't want to play this game anymore. And I wonder if Jackson Shelstad leaving the Oregon program is the one where Altman just says, you know what, I'm done.
To be honest, and that one
and if I would. If I were him, I would walk away. Call it a day.
I don't...
Creighton's open. Go back to Creighton.
Here's the thing. Kevin
Go back to Creighton with open arms.
Yeah.
Welcome home.
McDermott's retiring.
Exactly. That job's open.
I know the answer to this, but I wonder how Duck fans feel about this in general. You have to be about our age to understand it. I wonder how many actual Duck basketball fans, which I know there's not a ton of you, but I wonder how many of you are more hurt by the idea of Jackson Shelstad going, I'm out and being a local guy, or Kevin Love spurning you from the jump and going to UCLA.
Controversial statement, Danny. They don't know either of those happened.
No, I'm talking about Oregon basketball fan.
Oh, okay.
Like
Oregon
the actual
basketball fan.
Oregon basketball fan. Like which I didn't say Oregon fan. I was very specific in that because Oregon basketball fan is a different fan.
K-Love hurts, but UCLA was off of a Final Four.
You know, Russell Westbrook. Darren Carlson.
Well, yeah, that was his freshman year, but the year before they went to
No.
a Final Four too.
Oh, I know that, but I'm
UCLA
saying, like-
was in a better spot.
Oh yeah, no, that's the thing. Remember, Russell Westbrook in college was a 2-guard.
Yeah, I know. And he couldn't shoot then either.
No, couldn't.
So I think it's more this.
This is one of your.
I think
This
it's
is one
more
of your
this.
own saying, "I'm out, dog."
And it's not after a couple years. It's like I've been here. I've been trying.
And he's trying to get a medical
I'm out.
redshirt year because I think he only played 11 games this year.
Because again, like I said, in fact, I think Kevin Love's freshman team, if my memory serves me, they lost in the Final Four and Aflalo went to the Natty the year before. So UCLA stealing your guy out of your backyard. Ben Howland had that thing rolling.
Yeah.
Had that thing rolling at UCLA. So that I don't necessarily hate on it. Plus UCLA is a renowned basketball school.
Yes.
It's been rough go since Kevin Love was there.
Well, Drew Holiday.
And Drew Holiday, yeah. Darren Collison, Aaron Aflalo. They had a lot of great guys. Mba
Westbrook.
Mute, a lot of good guys came through there.
I hate that school.
I think it's more Shellstad because he's your own and he's been here.
Yeah.
So now
And he's been good. It wasn't like he was. It wasn't, again.
and your
like,
program's in a crossroads, and usually those are the guys that say, "I'll stick around.
It's not-
I'll help you out. I'll be the guy. I'm probably going to get a shot at the league. Whether he succeeds or not, we'll see. That's up for debate. But he'll get a look. Why not give one last shot at Oregon to help bring him back? It makes me think there's more going on than we know. I don't think Shellstad just one day says, "I'm out." I think there's a lot. I don't know if it's a Mullins thing, an Altman thing, or a what.
Yeah.
Him going's kind of big, man.
Well, I mean, we heard the rumblings last year and the year before about Dana potentially hanging it
I've
up.
heard it from him.
Yeah. It's so.
He's not saying it, but he's kind of saying it.
If the players are leaving, it definitely makes me wonder, is he gone? But if that's the case, Oregon should be out in front of this.
Without a doubt.
Like, just I don't want to just say just fire him, but like, if that change is going to happen,
Oh, you talk to him, you retire him, and you buy him out, you whatever.
You're like, if you're gone, you're gone. Like, we need to know kind of
Kansas is
situation.
going to walk through this with Bill Self, too.
Which, here's the difference. Self has a lot more equity at Kansas than Dana Altman has at Oregon.
And Self will probably stay on at KU as a consultant.
Ambassador
He'll do the
or
K
what-
thing
yes.
and help the transition and the recruit.
His office will stay in the building.
Correct. He might
And
not even
again,
move his office.
This is not a shot at Dana Altman. Like,
No.
Dana's a
No,
very,
no, no.
very, he's a great coach.
And he's done a lot with Oregon
Yes.
post Ernie Kent.
100,
Yes.
which in,
Yeah, Ernie Kent. Dude, I had Ernie Kent at Wazoo. Like, Godspeed.
yeah. Dana's a great coach.
Dana's a great coach.
But this also may be another example of, sorry, coach, you're not for this era.
And I think
That's the thing that I see when I see this.
And I think this program might need a restart.
You know what the clearest thing it reminds me of is Dana is Chip Kelly. Great coach, but the other stuff,
Can't quite get
if
it.
he could just coach, like all the other stuff, great.
And unfortunately, you can't.
You can't
Not
do
in
that
college. You can't just coach in college. It just doesn't work that way. That's the breaking news of the day. Jackson Shellstad, Westland's finest, is entered the transfer portal and will leave the Oregon Ducks. We'll move Calipari to tomorrow since, well, we'll be here tomorrow. But when we come back, it is a free consultation Tuesday, so get some of those in, 503-864-6326 or over on the YouTubes. I got one for myself tonight that I need a little help with. Also, I just took a big hit in my sports world, too. My sports world. We'll go there next, 105.1 The Fan. Free consultation. We do it every single Tuesday at 12:15. We got a little space for it if you want to jump in here. 503-864-6326. Can get you in on that. I want to read some of these text messages, though, from this Shellstad thing. Shellstad leaving hurts more because of when he came in following Pritchard, who was also a hometown kid and had been successful. Where else? Where else we got? Oregon basketball doesn't even have a GM. They don't have the NIL you think they do. That might be true. Mm-hmm. Again, that's the question we asked a lot is, how important is basketball? We had Alex Brink on, and I asked about my alma mater. How important is football? And Brink said, that's the question being asked right now.
I'll tell you right now, it's important at USC.
Very important.
They just landed another top 10 recruit in basketball.
And that's just kind of
This is the question you have to ask yourself. It's like we were talking about a little bit ago. Michigan's probably the best school in the country right now.
Doing both?
Doing both.
I mean, Alabama's pretty good right now.
Alabama's pretty good right now. Dare I say Illinois?
Yeah, Illinois. Yeah, Illinois basketball's great. Bielema's got it rolling.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Illinois is a good one, too.
Illinois is a sneaky one, aren't they?
They are a sneaky one.
Hell, Duke.
Texas is in the Sweet 16.
ACC champion in football and basketball.
Texas is in the Sweet 16 right now.
Just saying.
Yeah. Vanderbilt almost made the Sweet 16.
And they were, at worst, the second team out of the College Football Playoff?
Yeah. I don't see Notre Dame basketball coming around.
Nope.
I don't see Ohio State basketball coming around.
Definitely not.
Florida football ain't coming around. Tell you that.
But you look around and you start kind of going, oh, I tell you what, you know who is? Iowa basketball.
Iowa basketball looks pretty nice.
Just saying.
Looks pretty nice.
Pretty good.
Free consultation. I'm going to go first on this, Danny. I have poker night with the boys tonight.
Oh, what are we playing? Hold'em?
Well, we play dealer's choice.
Okay.
Who's
dealer night?
Dealer rotates around.
Okay.
Rotates around the table.
So you change games mid game?
Yeah, definitely.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. We mess in this world a lot, and there's some normal games. Omaha 5 card. Different stuff like that. But we got some weird games too that we play.
Okay. So you are gambling now.
Well, this is poker night with the guys.
Case, can we get a ruling on this? Is poker night with a guy gambling?
That'd be gambling,
Thanks,
sir.
sir. Ding! Put it on the board. Yep.
Well, then I guess I have gambled a lot because I played poker with these guys a lot.
There you go.
You can put it on the board.
Damn, I didn't think that. I thought that was like betting $5 on pick'ems.
That's how it starts.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then I've been playing poker games with these guys for the better part of a decade.
Yeah. See, you give me to the end of the summer. This guy will shoot a gun.
That is not going to happen.
I'll put. You know what? We'll put it on the take board.
Go for it.
We'll have it.
I will not shoot a gun as
Buddy,
long as I know you.
Buddy, I just saw a guy with a nub and a stub kill somebody.
Yeah.
You'll fire a gun.
Nah.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Okay, so
is it on video?
Here's the consultation that I need. Usually we have $20 buy-in.
Mm-hmm. For the night? Or
for the night. You can buy back in.
Okay.
How much money do I bring? $100?
How bad are you?
I'm okay.
Okay. You know
I won $300 in blackjack the other day at A.
The first time I ever played Hold'em, our plane broke down in Spain. I've told a Jason story to this. Our plane broke down in southern Spain when I was rotating out of Afghanistan. And it, air quotes, broke down because we wanted to get the per diem in southern Spain and also go have a couple bottles of wine. And then that night, my first sergeant this is 2005, 4 or 5 was the Madrid terrorist attack. Is that what it was? Anyways, my first sergeant was pulled out a deck of cards and like, all right, boys, let's go. And he's like, you in? And I was like, 04, thank you. I'm like, what we playing, blackjack? He said, no, man, we play Hold'em. Hold'em was really take off. It was $100 buy-in, and as a broke airman, $100 was tough.
Yeah,
now you start counting all the bodies sitting at the table.
Yeah, you're like, I don't know about this. First ever Hold'em session, took it all.
Nice,
took it all, and I was like, that was what hooked me. I was like, that. Well, I ended up rotating back out to Afghanistan like 6 weeks later. And I bought a deck of cards at the next airport we stopped off at, and I became a Hold'em freak from that point on.
I've won some okay money with these guys before. It's the same cast of characters. We're all a bunch of idiots drinking beers, smoking cigars. We can get anywhere from 6 to 12.
Okay, so you do get a full table.
Oh yeah,
okay.
yeah. Yeah, we usually get a good turnout for these.
Nice. Do we have a card shuffler? Do we have a?
We're all by hand. We're all
by hand.
All manual.
How many decks we playing with?
Just one.
Oh, just solo deck.
Solo deck.
Ooh, that gets spicy.
I think I'm going to bring $80. Let's
Okay.
buy him back 3 times, and let's hope I don't buy back 3 times. I don't feel good about that third time.
Is it winner take all?
No, it's a cash game basically.
Okay.
So it's like it's a buy-in, a buy-in tournament style buy-in.
You can't cash out.
You can cash out.
Oh. Okay.
Yes. So tournament style buy-in. Basically, you want to sit at the table, you got to put $20.
Okay.
But you can't buy in for $100. We don't play that because we're not going to let somebody roll in with $200 and just
Steamroll the table.
and just steamroll. That's not fun. Now, if you build up from your 20, that's all on you. But if it's, if I will have to do this show tomorrow, I've got one buddy who took tomorrow off because he knows how late we can go. It will hit a certain time, and if I have $47 in front of me, I can say I got to cash out. I think we do. You do have to notify that you got one more trip around the sun.
Okay.
So you got to go around the table one more time, and then you can cash out.
That's when you go, oh, I'm big blind. Oh, here you go, and then walk. Also, if you ever do that at a table like in Vegas, prepare to get your legs broken.
Oh yeah, someone's not going to be very happy.
Yeah.
I just stay away from hold'em tables outside of the friend group. I think that's a very good.
See, the only thing I will ever do down there is I will enter into tournaments. That's the only thing I will ever do.
See, I'd be really interested in that as well.
It's fun.
I'd be very interested. A Vegas tournament of some sort.
You're at the table for 4 or 5 hours. It's fun. I love it.
Well, I'll report back tomorrow on how much I win at Chauncey's game. I mean, my buddy's game tonight.
There you go. Let the chips fall where they may.
I just don't know.
I do the best I can and let the chips fall where they may.
How we don't know anybody that has been at a Chauncey table.
Oh, we might.
We might, but we don't know yet.
Yeah.
Like even just an average person on the streets. Like how has nobody texted in once to this station during anybody's show? I once went to a Chauncey game.
Well, here's the thing. I know people that have played golf with not only CB, but countless other NBA players.
Oh, sure.
Like I've been on a course with guys that make millions.
Totally.
And I've seen the amount of money that changes hands.
And that's why I won't golf with them.
Brother, it's your salary.
Yeah, I believe it.
I have seen your salary change hands at the end of a round. I'm just like, what?
I believe that.
And it's not nothing. Like they don't like doing it, but I've seen it happen, and it's like it's like, brother, that is a nice car. What do you mean?
More free consultation coming up next. Get yours in 503-864-6326 or over on the YouTube chat. But there's Casey right over there. He's got sports.
Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
This sports update is brought to you by Reynolds Defense Firm. If you've been arrested for a DUI, you need a team of attorneys that you can put your trust into. Call Reynolds Defense Firm today, online at reynoldsdefensefirm.com. First on the Fan, your Portland Trailblazers put the hammer down against Brooklyn, taking the Nets down 134-99. Toumani Camara posted his career high as he led the Blazers with 35 points on 9 of 11 shooting from beyond the arc. The Blazers host the Milwaukee Bucks tomorrow at 7 p.m. inside the Moda Center. Some more NBA news for you as Golden State Warriors wing Moses Moody suffered a non-contact left knee injury in Golden State's Monday night overtime victory in Dallas. Moody had to be stretchered off the floor and is set to get an MRI today as the Warriors travel back from their road trip. Some college basketball news for you as Jackson Shelstad plans to enter the transfer portal. The now former Oregon guard struggled this season as he averaged 15.6 points, 2.9 rebounds, and 4.9 assists in just 12 games as he suffered a hand injury that kept him out for the remainder of the year. Some breaking NFL news for you as the Tampa Bay Buccaneers veteran linebacker Levante David has announced his retirement after 14 seasons. David is the Bucs' all-time leader in forced fumbles, fumble recoveries, also setting franchise records in tackles, TFLs, and he led the Bucs' defense to their Super Bowl 55 victory. Finally, some MLB news for you as center fielder Pete Crow Armstrong and the Chicago Cubs are finalizing a long-term contract extension. The 24-year-old cemented himself as one of the best defensive center fielders in baseball and was included on this year's World Baseball Classic roster. And for more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Casey Smith from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work? Insurance companies acting like jerks? Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at WarrenAllen.com.
The home of dirt and spray.
Closing arguments coming up next to send you on your way. God, we're about vibes here. It's just a banger song, dude. That beat's really nice. I got a spot for Ariana.
Does she write her own stuff?
I think she does.
She's one of the actual writers, right?
I think she does write her own stuff. I got Casey working on it right now.
I feel like she's one of the few that does.
Mm-hmm.
Also, her and was it Kelly Clarkson that did the sing-offs in the late night show booths?
Oh, I don't know.
Look, I'm not an Ariana fan per se, but girl can sing.
Yes, she does. She
Yeah.
writes and co-writes her own music.
Yeah.
Great.
There's so many artists now that don't write their own stuff.
I know.
and
That's
it's
why
like,
Gaga's the GOAT. She does it all. She writes the music, the lyrics, everything.
it's like,
I mean, I think Swiftie writes most of her stuff too. It's not my cup. It's very Gen Pop.
yeah.
But I mean, I'm going to give it to somebody who writes their own stuff over somebody who doesn't.
That's why MJ's the GOAT.
Yeah.
MJ didn't write all of his stuff. He was given a lot of songs.
Oh no,
Yeah,
he also did
and he had Quincy Jones making all the beats.
Yes, but he also arranged it too.
with help from Quincy Jones.
Yeah.
Stevie Wonder is the
Yeah.
GOAT.
There you go.
Stevie Wonder wrote the instruments for every instrument for his songs.
Prince is the GOAT.
Prince
There
is
you go.
also a great one. One of the more underrated guitar players of all time.
He hated Guitar Hero too.
I can't imagine why.
He said if you're going to learn how to actually play
Yeah.
it.
That dude
He wouldn't-
genuinely made guitar weep. Like,
He legitimately, like, he was asked about Guitar Hero, and he was like, it's hard. It's supposed to be, because they wanted to license his music, and they were going to give him like a portion of the not like rights. They were going to
the Leo Messi deal.
Yeah, they were going to give him a portion. 'Cause when Guitar Hero peaked, it was worth billions with a B. Like, it generated like $3 billion.
Aerosmith caught the bag that Prince
should have gotten.
Paul
yeah.
McCartney caught the bag too with Rock Band.
Yeah, that was the other one.
He
yeah.
did the Beatles. Free consultation, kind of a serious one here, but I think we're having a little fun with it. My wife is currently battling ovarian cancer with 4 of 6 chemo sessions finished. Congrats to her. To bring some levity to a rough season, we often joke about playing the cancer card to get out of something we would rather not do. Do you like helping someone move on a Saturday morning? We try not to exploit it, but have you ever had a situation where you've played the health card for you or a loved one to get out of something? Absolutely, amigo.
every day.
Did you know my mom is a 2-time breast cancer survivor? She's been clean for like over a decade.
Hey, look.
But it's like, dude, sorry, man. I can't. Mom had cancer. Without a doubt, it's shady as all hell, but totally.
No one's gonna question it.
No.
I have helped an inordinate amount of people move. I'm
never helping anybody move. I don't even help myself move anymore. I
do it pretty much every single time I've ever been asked. Somebody asked me once, though. Hopefully they're not listening. I just didn't want to, because I knew how much stuff they had and where they lived and how much of just a brutal pain it was going to be. And I was like, man, my hips, I can't do that. And don't get me wrong, the next day would have sucked for me.
But is that an excuse or is that a true reason? If the next day would have sucked real bad for you, is it worth it?
That's column A, column B.
It was. I had done it for other people, and it was nothing against them, but I was just like, I knew how many stairs were involved, and I was just like, no, I'm not going to. I could have done it, and I felt. Here's the thing. Here's why. I felt bad about it. I did feel bad about it.
Well, I think that whether you feel bad or not about it doesn't mean you wouldn't do it.
But
That's not the question. The consultation is, have you ever done it?
Oh, I have done it.
Yes.
And here's the thing. I have, notoriously, if you ask me for something, I'm going to do it. Like,
not me.
Have you ever asked me anything that I said no to? Genuinely.
No.
Okay.
I'll keep that between you and me.
But no, like
tiptoeing around that one, are we?
That is a 5 toes down if I ever heard one.
No, I'm talking about for help for something.
Yeah,
like, no, because I do. I have a hard time saying no to people. Not because I'm afraid to say no, because even though I'm a giant D-bag sometimes, I genuinely like to help people.
This consultation in September, a homeless guy I used to work with reached out and asked if I could look after his cat and a motorhome because he needed to run to the emergency. He had an emergency and needed to go to the hospital.
Well, that statement contradicts itself. Is he homeless or does he live in a motorhome?
Different question. He figured he'd only be there for like a week. My former coworker has been in hospice care since. Yesterday, finally admitted he can't take the cat back. Already at max capacity for pets at my place and can't take him in. He's a 4-year-old black male cat. Ooh, probably sexy. I like black cats. So basically the hardest kind of cat to rehome. Refused to take him to the Humane Society since most of them are not no-kill shelters. What's the best way of finding a home for this guy? Well, I'll tell you right now. If you're interested in a cat, you can text 503-864-6326 and I'll put you in touch with this guy to get a cat. Otherwise, I would say, jump on Reddit, things like that, posting them anywhere.
Is this an indoor cat or an outdoor cat?
That's a great question. I mean, I think you got to...
because I'll tell you this, life finds a way.
I understand. If you are if this was owned by a person in a houseless situation, I imagine the cat has some outdoor life to it.
The cat is familiar with game.
The cat is maybe familiar with game. I'm not saying throw it out on the streets. I can't live in that world because I'm a cat guy.
Look, what I'm about to say may sound controversial. If you absolutely positively have no other choice other than kill shelter or putting an animal outside.
Oh, give the outside. Survival of the fittest.
If it's a cat.
If it's a cat.
Dogs?
Oh, no. No. You can't do that.
You go put the
Get
dog
outdoor
down.
cat, leave a bowl outside with a little bit of kibble in it for it.
Cat's able to get to it, yeah.
But I was saying, look, cats are like nature's perfect predator.
They are good.
Like
fast, nimble.
Dude, I had a Manx growing up, right? He was an indoor-outdoor cat. This cat caught a seagull.
Do I look like a cat to you? Do you see me bounce around all nimbly bimbly?
Now,
am I saying meow?
This cat would come home and be the coolest cat on the face of the planet. It would also be gone for multiple days at a time.
Meow.
Yes.
Meow.
Dogs are out for 2 hours outside the house. Like, let's say they get outside the fence and they're cooked. They don't know what to do.
An update. The cat's only ever lived in a truck or a motorhome. Outside might be tough on that. I think you just go to social meds.
Yeah.
All that kind of stuff. Hold on as long as you can. Maybe try to introduce it to outside in your place and see how that goes. You'd be surprised. And I would also continue hammering call some humane societies and see which ones, if there are any that are no kill. Male cats are tough though. Male cats are really difficult.
How come?
They tend to want to be by themselves. They're dominant, alpha. Oh, yeah. They pee a lot.
Well, you gotta.
Yeah,
they
can pee a lot. Black cats are cool though. I like black cats a lot.
And again, I am not a fan of putting animals down, but
my cat loves me, will destroy everyone else. Yeah, I'm the only thing that exists to her.
But also, dogs are better.
Baseball's back. Opening night is live on Netflix tomorrow, March 25th. Aaron Judge and the New York Yankees clash with Rafael Devers and the San Francisco Giants. MLB opening night, Yankees, Giants, live on Netflix tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. I will take down your number, Mr. Catman, and if anybody reaches out to me, I'll put them in touch with you. For I am a friend of the feline community. People. I am a friend of the community. I'm an ally of the cat community.
Weirdos.
I love cats. They're great.
Some cats are awesome. Some
dogs suck. Some people suck, too.
Dogs are better.
I think I love my dog and my cat. I wouldn't choose either of them over each other.
Oh, I would.
Not me.
I will.
They're just two completely different
Come on,
dynamics.
Danny. Don't you love all of God's creatures?
No. Some of them taste better.
It's not.
Meow.
That's not very faith-based of you, Mr.
Well,
Moran.
it is very much faith-based. Just keep it kosher.
All right, let's get out of here. Let's get the hell out of here. That's free consultation every single Tuesday at 12:15. We'll catch you 10 toes down on Thursday. When we come back, closing arguments to send you on your way. The Firm on 105.1 The Fan.
It's time for Easy Play, brought to you by Home Z, making home improvement easy.
Touch pass to Luka. Luka drives inside the arc, crosses to the left, steps back, three-pointer on its way. Good! A mini dagger! 38 points! Luka Doncic!
That's Mark Kessler on ESPN Radio. If you haven't caught Mark, he's great play-by-play guy. As Luka keeps dropping points, Lakers keep on winning. It'll be fascinating to see what this Lakers team does in the playoffs. I don't love it, but if Luka's going to drop 35-plus a night, they can beat maybe anybody. This Easy Play brought to you by Home Z. Use Home Z's online calculator to estimate your project instantly. Make it easy. Call Home Z. That's HOMZE. HomeZ.com.
We just finished our roof.
All right, that's going to do it for us. Closing Arguments brought to you by Leskin Law. Visit leskinlaw.com for more information. Coming up on the program tomorrow, we will get to that Cal Calipari audio on how to win in college basketball as we get closer and closer to the Sweet 16 and the Elite 8 in college basketball. We'll talk a little contracts in baseball. Can you get $100 million if you've never played a Major League Baseball game? This guy might. To little Kyle Whittingham. Funny story of weird stuff going down there in Salt Lake. And I don't know. Do you guys want to talk about Tom Brady and flag football?
Not particularly.
Okay, cool. That's awesome. Casey?
You know I'm always down to talk football.
Cool.
I knew.
And deleted. I don't know what it is, man. The flag football thing.
Stop trying to make fetch happen.
I think so too, man.
It is what it is, man.
Also, I think
it's like pickleball. I'm like, I just don't care.
I'm starting to realize too that I think a large shock to the system is going to be when people realize that flag football is not really like the NFL.
No.
And like your Lamar Jacksons that you would think would be amazing and Jamar Chase would be amazing. I don't think it works that way. And I think you'd be severely disappointed.
What makes the game of football so fun is physicality. You take out the physicality.
And it changes. Like it's more like when you watch American Ninja Warrior, okay? Mm-hmm. And you see some dude walks up there who's just like jack cut, chiseled, and can't hang. But you see some skinny, no-muscle rock climber dominate the thing. It's a completely different body type.
Yeah,
you're getting low to the ground to make sure people can't get your flags and stuff like that. Sure, Tom can chuck the rock. Anybody can chuck the rock.
You just opened up a portal in my brain when you said rock climber. Something popped up the other day. Some random thing about a rock climber. Like one of the, I think it might have been the guy that climbed, the free climber that climbed the building in, was it Thailand?
Oh, yeah.
Whatever it was.
Most recently.
Somebody, one of those like influencer interviewers asked him a question like, what do you have to do when you like have to go to the bathroom up there? The guy was like, you just go.
You just go.
And I'm like, he's like, what about? He goes, that too.
Yeah.
And I was like, bro, you just crap yourself?
From 100 stories up, if that hits you, that could kill you.
Terminal velocity.
Yeah. It could kill you.
I mean, pennies from the Empire State
Building.
It would kill you.
Bro, that's wild.
Some
just
other
rolling out your pant leg,
shaking it down. What if you're wearing long pants? If you're wearing long pants, you got to kick the leg like a dog.
Hopefully, it wasn't a lot of protein.
Man,
you're hoping for thick and sturdy on that bad boy.
Oh man,
just rock solid on that.
Don't cuff your pants.
Some other news and notes. I know you guys don't care, but I do. Mo Salah announced that he will be leaving Liverpool at the end of the season as they worked out an agreement,
shame.
And he'll leave as a free transfer. It's a shame.
Happy trails.
Yeah, he's a top 3 player in the club's history. Thanks. Bonafide GOAT in the Premier League on the right wing.
Yeah, well.
I'll miss you, Mo.
Sucks to suck.
I love you, Mo. Mo doesn't suck. You suck.
It's the Everton in me coming out.
Yeah, I love you, Mo. And I'll miss you.
There you go. And moving on.
The Jailblazer trailer is out.
It's out.
I was listening to it because I didn't see as much that your takeaways from it.
They got Sheed.
I heard Bonzi on there, didn't I?
Sheed, Bonzi, Damon.
That's the trio you wanted.
Yeah, it's
I heard them talking a little bit about the culture shock of being in this city, which I completely understand.
And things how they went. Like we had Damon and Bonzi and Steve here with Dunleavy. Was that 2 months ago? And Damon said some things that we're disappointed to hear. Not that he said anything wrong. It just sucked to hear him how he felt.
It sucked that was the case. Yeah,
like he felt like this city doesn't love him, and this is his hometown. You know what I mean? Like that.
Especially a city that is very upset that Clyde doesn't love this city anymore.
You know what I mean?
Because everybody's like, we love Clyde. Why doesn't he love it here? Maybe for some of these same reasons.
Well, he says it's the ownership.
Right, but maybe there's some reasons similar to Damon Stoudemire.
Sure, but he's never once alluded to those.
Fair.
Ever. I'm not willing to cut Clyde that bit of grace.
Okay.
But these guys, because Clyde was adored. Clyde was nearly worshipped.
Adored?
Adored?
Oh, adored. I thought you said adort. I was
adored?
Like, that like Lou Dort? That doesn't sound like a complimentary thing.
Yeah, no. He was goated here. I had a T-shirt when I was a kid that said, I want to be like Mike, and Mike was crossed out and it had Clyde.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah.
I want a shirt like that.
Yeah, no, that was a banger of a shirt. But But no, those guys in that era, they dealt with it. There's obviously, it's not even racial undertones, it's racial overtones.
Yeah, definitely. And that's what I'm curious about for the whole doc. And we talked about it when it was announced, too. Like, how in-depth does this thing go?
I mean, they got Sheed.
They got Rashid.
And Sheed has not talked a ton about this publicly.
Yeah, but there's also, they talked to Sheed about the team that lost to the Lakers in Game 7 of the final, and he doesn't really share a ton. It's more of just like, yeah, I was pissed we lost.
I mean, Damon has flat out said he has not watched the game ever.
And I want to know if we're getting more than that, because that's the Rasheed Wallace I want to hear.
Yeah.
Rasheed has made it very apparent that when he left Portland, he was happy about that decision. Remember the stories about him coming back to Portland after he won a ring and getting his ring polished in downtown Portland?
Yeah.
Like that's a whole different level of petty.
Look, man, Joe and I had Sheed on Outsiders in 2019, and we dove into it. Like, that was one of the reasons we want to talk to him. And I tell you right now, Joe and I were both kids at a candy store, because Sheed was letting it rip. It's, I definitely want to hear him on this stuff. Like, he wasn't the guy, but he was the guy. You know what I mean?
And I think what's really interesting, and we're seeing this on the YouTube chat, Bleak saying this on the YouTube chat, also on the text line as well. Like, I am of the age that I don't know, and whether it was ignorance or innocence, I was at the age where I never really caught any of that kind of racial overtones. Rasheed Wallace is my favorite Blazer of all time.
I mean, you're not alone in that.
I mean, Rasheed is my guy. And so I think some of us are a little confused by that. And it could be a nice learning moment into what was going on around us without us knowing it. Because to this texter, before Dame, Mighty Mouse was my favorite player. He and Sheed. I'm a diehard Rasheed Wallace fan. I loved Arvydas Sabonis. Like, it wasn't black-white for me. It was like, which player, ball don't lie. Ball don't lie. The famous Rasheed Wallace spot on the back of his head. Like, I thought that was the coolest thing in the entire world, to the point where I wanted to have somebody cut that into my head, sort of thing. Even though it's just like, it's a birthmark sort of thing, so his hair doesn't grow there.
Yours happened naturally.
Mine just happened naturally. So that will be an interesting fascination if they get into that race stuff and how that all played in the city, because to these listeners' point, like, I didn't see any of that. I didn't care that Sheed was black.
Here's the other thing.
He was just my favorite player.
I think a lot of it had to do with just that era in general. I mean, that's the Allen Iverson era.
Totally.
The David Stern
That's
era.
David Stern crackdown.
Just had a lot to do with the racial overtones.
Sure.
Here's the thing that I'm interested in, and this isn't just as old fuddy-duddy white guy. How much responsibility do those guys take?
Well, I think it depends. Yeah, that'll be interesting.
That'll be like, it's
the tinfoil at the airport for Stoudemire.
Not just that, but it's just like, is it a yeah, but, or is it a yeah, no, we did some stuff wrong?
Yeah.
Like, was it the worst thing? No. But, like, do they accept responsibility for it while also going into the other stuff?
That will be fascinating, too, because
it's not that it's right or wrong. I'm just interested in it.
And I think their legacies are set in stone, so I don't think there's anything to worry about that. But it would go a long way if they were like, yeah, dude, we stepped in it a little bit.
I think it would.
But here's why.
Yes,
here's
100%.
how, etc. Closing arguments brought to you by Leskin Law. Visit LeskinLaw.com for more information. Leskin Law's one-day divorce mediation, peace treaties, not war plans. Nice little show today. Enjoy yourselves out there. It's raining again, so have fun with that.
I'm going home taking a nap.
For Danny Morang, that's Casey Smith. I'm Patrick Harris. Go do something I would do.
Bye.